Hi, good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome, welcome. Sorry about that. I realized I had all of my Nightbot timers on incorrectly for the stream, and I was like, shoot, I need to sort all that out very quickly. I hope everyone's doing well, though. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Let me just change to face cam. Hello, hello. Also, KVK, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, sorry. I would normally have just answered you, but I was like, I still need to sort a couple things out. Yeah, it's a game that you can get on Steam. It's like £1 something, but then there's expansions you can get, which I do have, to be fair. And yeah, it's just very relaxing. You just watch the rubber ducks go around the pond. It's great. I love it. So things that have changed. My cameras. I swapped them around. So the camera that's broken is currently capturing my VTuber. So if it does anything weird, that's why. It's because it's got like a crack down the lens. But that means that my old VTuber camera can capture my crafting so that you guys can see the crafting without a cracked lens. So those two have swapped over. We've also moved everything onto one monitor, but we've done that for last stream anyway. So again, just if I'm like a bit slow on chat, that's why. It's just because I have to switch between screens to see things. Have I done anything else? I don't think I've done anything else. I think that's about, oh yeah, my tooth is fixed. It was very cool. They were really good about it. So luckily nothing is wrong with the jaw. Like, I didn't push any tooth into my jaw. It's all good. For those who aren't aware, last week I ate a rock. There was a stone in my crisp packet and I ate it. And when I bit into it, it like shattered like my tooth, like an onion. So it like peeled the whole outer layer off the side of one of my teeth. And like, but only to the gum. So you could like see the bottom of the tooth, but not like there was no tooth above it. So it was very weird, and I was really worried that it was going to be really difficult to fix because a lot of it had come off. But actually, the dentist was like, no, it's perfect. It means we can put a mold around the tooth and just fill in a new tooth for you. And I was like, oh. So I will have to have it checked in a month just to make sure that everything's okay, and I will be going to that. But other than that, it's done. I have a new tooth. It looks really weird right now. Because there's like the metal bit in the middle, and then there's my actual tooth that's still there, and then there's like the new stuff around the outside, but it's like one of my very back tooth. It's like the second to the last tooth, so you guys will never see it. Even if I use face cam, you'd never see it. I have to like purposefully show you like my back tooth. And yeah, I can use that side of my mouth again, which is great. And it didn't take like multiple sessions or anything like that, which was really nice, because I was kind of expecting to have to go back sooner than next month. So yeah, good stuff. And also, I did the whole thing without anesthetic because they were like, well, there's nothing to drill away because the tooth is gone, so we won't be doing any drilling. And if you're not in any pain right now, do you want to try without anesthetic? And I was like, go on then. Although as soon as they started, I was terrified. I was like, oh no, it's gonna start hurting any minute now. And it did hurt when they put the, what do you call it, like a brace around your tooth? They like have to slide some sheets between where the tooth should be and the other side, stuff like that, so they could build like a frame around where the tooth is so that it's shaped on the outside, because it was like the whole outside of the tooth. That hurt because that had to go into my gums. But other than that, no, it's fine. Only that bit hurt. And honestly, like, my jaw is still a little bit painful, but it's a lot better than it was. And it is only painful because of the brace. Like, other than that, it wouldn't have hurt at all. Oh dear. I haven't told my family I did it without anesthetic yet. They're gonna be like, oh my god, why? It's like, because I didn't want to dribble. I didn't want to have to wait a whole day to eat proper food again. I was hungry. It was first thing in the morning, so I hadn't eaten properly when I got there, and I was like, I'm hungry already. I can't have anesthetic because then you're not allowed to eat. Oh dear. So yeah. But you know what? No regrets. No regrets. There was no drilling except for like right at the end where they were shaping the bit that they filled in, so like it wasn't even my real tooth anyway. So yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. Sorted. Slowly but surely we are sorting things. I've done some other stuff behind the scenes that I can't tell you about yet. Vortex! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I'm just doing a quick update on stuff that's happened since I didn't stream yesterday, but I was very busy. I've done a couple things I'm not allowed to tell you. They're secret. And can what can I tell you? I can tell you that I'll be opening. I guess I'll let people know this, but I probably should do a proper post about it rather than just saying it on the stream. Oh, you are good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm all right. I'm doing a lot better than I was doing. My jaw still hurts a little bit because they had to put a brace on it to like. They basically did like a resin pour in my tooth. So yeah, you are waving very much. Yo, hello, I hope you're doing well. I can, oh actually, why am I doing that? I can literally wave back, what the heck? Excuse me while I am very small brain. Yeah, my jaw still hurts a little bit, but everything's sorted. I just have to have it checked next month to make sure that it's all right. And if it's all right, it's all done. It's all done. No, wait, the whole body. Okay, this is better. Oh dear. But yeah, it's basically done. They fixed my tooth pretty much entirely yesterday. Again, it was a little painful, but that's also partially my fault because I did do it without anesthetic. Yeah, they did it, and it was not too bad, and it will probably hopefully be better by tomorrow, to be honest, because it's just like an ache from where they put the brace into my gum. And I feel like your gums heal pretty quick, right? So yeah, that will be fine. It's not my tooth that hurts, it's the it's the gum around the tooth where they put this like big old mold. Like a little metal sheet between each tooth, and then like they basically they made like a mold inside my mouth that was like they could fill so they'd be the shape of the tooth, and so they put all these sheets in and they bent them around my teeth, and then they just shot lots of the filling into it, and then they made me a tooth because like the whole top of the tooth isn't gone, it's just like half of it. So my tooth looks really weird right now, but it's good, and it's done. Oh, dear, glad to hear. Heck yeah! Oh, you went to ECG! Heck yeah! Oh, I'm glad you got good results. Heck, good. Oh dear. I can wave with the whole body any day. But yeah, cameras have swapped, so the camera quality might be a little bit lower for the meantime, but it's just that I can show you without having a crack on my screen. VTuber is being captured by the broken camera, which means that it might be a bit janky if I hit the middle of the screen, because that's where the crack is. Oh, it's final crunch time! Good luck! You've got this. I've seen that you've been having like a lot of problems, but good luck, Amazonia. I believe you've got this. Because for Cos Expo, right? 1 year I will go to Cos Expo. Probably next year, to be honest. That's kind of on my bucket list for next year. Ah, dear. Heck yeah, good luck. Final announcement, I guess. I will make it, but I will do like a more official post because I've been writing it up and I want to like, I want to properly, like, just because there are some terms and conditions and stuff like that. I will be opening for, I guess, first round of VTuber commissions in a couple weeks. They will be, first of all, on a first come, first served. There'll only be 3 slots for like full VTubers, but I am thinking of maybe doing a couple of PNG tubers and stuff like that in case people don't get that slot, and they will be at a heavily reduced rate. So we are looking at about 100 quid for the whole VTuber art and rigging. Just for, I guess, contrast, regularly priced, they would be probably between 200 and 300 quid. So it is a lot cheaper than they would normally be. From me as well, a lot cheaper than they'd normally be. But we are doing this because we are doing a very quick fundraiser. Can you reserve me a spot? I will not be, I have to do a form, so you'll have to fill in the form. I can't reserve spots without people filling it in. The reason is there are some terms and conditions, which is why I'm not reserving them, yeah. Because I need people to fill those terms and conditions out before I can do anything. If you fill those out, then yes, absolutely. The other thing is they will be hopefully month turnaround commissions, so pretty quick. Yeah, where can I find these? I like I said, Vortex, I haven't posted them yet. I need to do an official post for them. Please hold off. Also, you won't be able to fill it until the 14th. The 14th is when it opens. Again, on a first come, first served on the 14th. So you have to wait 2 weeks anyway. Also, Shifty, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. That's just so I can get everything sorted as far as payments, as far as all of that goes. The 14th is a really big stream for us anyway, so I figured I would just announce it on the same day as the really big stream because we'll have more people here anyway. And at the moment, I'm looking at doing 3 full body VTubers, but They will be on the base, similar to the one we made on Sunday. If you haven't checked out the one we made on Sunday, go have a little look. They will not be custom from top to bottom. The reason is that's like $1,000, and I'm not doing $1,000's worth of work for 100 quid. So they will be based on the bases. That's why you need to fill in the form, because you'll need to tell me which base you want, which face you want, and then you will have to have several references of your design. They can be scribbles, but the reason I need references is so that you don't ask for redraws constantly because you haven't got the design finalized in your own head. That's not you personally, Vortex, that's anybody. It's so that I'm not basically drawing the same thing over and over and over and over again because you don't know what you want. So there will need to be a few terms and conditions as well as payments and all that kind of stuff set up. So wait till the 14th. The 14th is when we'll announce it, but I wanted to let people know ahead of time, and I will also post some stuff about it ahead of time so that if people want one of these VTubers, it will be kind of similar to the one that I'm using right now. I go more cartoonish style. If that's not your style, that's absolutely fair enough. But that's why it's like I want people to understand that it's like there is a base, there is a face. I guess you could call it more like a chibi style commission. I wouldn't necessarily consider my model particularly chibi, but I do feel like it's more cartoonish, but it is that kind of chibi models are built on a base. Your model will also be built on a base. So it's similar to that. And that's why I can offer it at such a reduced price, because I've been looking and I was like, am I crazy to think that like drawing a VTuber from scratch is normally like at least $1,000? Because like I feel like it is, with the amount of time and effort it takes, like surely it's got to be like at least 1,000 quid, even for a beginner. And I was looking and I was right. Even like really simple not simple models, but like not super complicated models, like the model that I made for B for instance, B's model would probably have been about 800 quid. And like I was looking around, I was like, am I crazy for this? Like, am I overcharged? Like, what is this? No, it would have been about 800 quid. There is 2 other models that haven't been debuted yet that would have easily crossed the $1,000 mark for like how much time they took. And obviously, like, just putting it out there, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I give models away to friends and B as well and all that. So like, please don't hound these people and be like, why haven't you paid Jelly? It's because I give them as fan art, and like the ones that I give away as fan art will always be given away as fan art, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. But I was like calculating the hours they took and stuff like that, and I was like, wait a minute, if I'm being paid even an apprentice wage, these are easily hitting $1,000. Oh dear. I feel like I'm going to redo stuff because bad vision. Yeah, chibi stylized. Yeah, chibi stylized. That's what I'll be doing. Stylized like mine. Again, I would say if you're interested, go watch the Sunday stream. At least the first hour of the Sunday stream. Because and I'll be doing it again next Monday, to be fair. So if you missed that one, you don't want to watch it for whatever reason, next Monday we'll be doing a very similar stream where we take one of the bases that I'll be using, one of the faces that I'll be using, and we'll be making a VTuber out of it. So you can kind of get an idea of like, I guess what kind of bases are out, like they are. There's 4 bases and there's 3 faces, so you have to pick one of those 3 faces and one of those 4 bases. But then of course we'll design you on top of that. I think my VTuber, but also the VTuber we made on Sunday, are really good examples of the fact that even with the base, you can make a really unique looking VTuber. But yeah, it is more like a chibi commission. Springy, welcome on in. Hi, Egg. Welcome. Just curious, how many hours you put into them? So the ones that I am, like this kind of one, I would say like, well, this one's actually quite a while because I had to re-rig it a couple times just to make sure it was perfect. Maybe say like 10-hour drawing, 10-hour rigging would be, so like 20 hours wouldn't be, and that's for like a relatively simple one. But I do think if I'm not doing lots of really extra difficult bits, that it wouldn't be quite so bad. And this one as well, I probably will re-rig them at some point because I don't like the side-to-side very much. I guess that's the thing with your own model though. If you're a rigger, you probably will go back and rig it. For a really smooth mouth, really good blink, good head side to side, yeah. I think that's about right, but to be honest, I don't expect most, if I had to say, I don't expect most of the chibi commissions to take more than 12 to 15 hours for modeling and rigging at this point, because I am getting better at it. So I think 12 to 15 hours is probably like a good, depending on how complicated it is and how much detail you need drawn, 12 to 15 hours seems about right. Yeah, I'd say. Ah, dear. Yeah, I realized I'm undercharged by everyone. It's hard doing pricing. Yeah, I was feeling like really crazy. I'm very lucky though. In VTubing, there are a lot of people that offer commissions and they do chibi models and stuff like that. And you can kind of see the difference between their regular price and the chibi price. And it, how to put it? It made me feel less crazy because I was like, these things are taking me like 50, 60 hours, right? And like you see people selling them on Fiverr and you're like, there's no way that you can sell them for like 10 quid. Like that's, you're stealing, you must be. And so I looked at some proper like verified commissioners, even smaller ones, even ones about my size. And I was like, yeah, no, that's how you charge. You charge at like at least $1,000 for like a complete custom model. Like that's how it goes. I would say that because I'm a bit newer, I really want to get my mouths down. I don't like my mouths. I'm not gonna fix some mouths. But even like the art itself, it's not unusual for art to cost 500 quid plus. And if you're like a very sought after and you do very detailed models, some of the art's going for 1,000 to 2,000 quid just for the art, not including the rigging. And it's because of how long it takes. It's you know, if you've ever drawn a piece of art, now imagine doing that like 80, 90, 100, 200 times because you have to draw every single piece in a different layer and they have to look good. They have to be moldable. So it's like keeping in mind like what you can do in Live 2D, but then also the fact that you're like, even the skin on my face is like 5 layers because that way I can move the shadows and stuff like that around without it looking crazy, you know? It's stuff like that. It's, you don't just draw the back of the face. You draw the back of the face, you draw the outline, and then you draw the shading in the center, the shading around the outside, the shading under the fringe. And those are all separate layers that you have to draw and they have to work. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh dear, I realized I could charge £50, 78 and 90 for the bus. I make real life experience. Well, yeah, that's the other thing is like for me, I've been giving away models. Like we gave away a model. If you haven't seen it, it's in the Discord, but it's also on my Twitter. It's like the 3rd post, I think, on my Twitter. We gave that model away. That model took 7.5 hours to make. With very small breaks only, like we took like a 10-minute break here and there. So maybe if you take out the breaks, it took 7 hours. Now that rigging, I would like to go back and fix, but we were doing it as a challenge, so like it's not perfect. It doesn't work perfectly and it would take a little bit longer. It was also a very simple model. Once we hit 4 hours, I stopped drawing, so I didn't add anything extra, which is why the jacket is so just purple, because like I was running out of time. So that's a time challenge, really. I wanted to do it in less than 8 hours. I wanted to do, you know, I wanted to do 4 hours for the drawing, 4 hours for the rigging. And physically, can you make a model in that time? Yeah, you absolutely can make a model in that time. But I think if I was to sell them as a commission, I would spend a little bit longer. First of all, because you'd want to give like at least, I would say 8 hours maybe on the drawing aspect, and then that would give me 4 to 8 hours on rigging. Because, you know, chibis don't take quite as long to rig because they are less layers than regular models, but they still do take time, and making it all work together. And you can see it's a lot of going backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, and then taking it into Live 2D, taking it into VTube Studio and realizing it's not quite work, so going back to Live 2D. It's a lot. I only charged 1,500 for that armor, and it was not enough. Never ever charge again. I mean, without trying to be rude, like that's not, because it takes you longer than a month, right? I don't know. I would agree. Obviously it's very hard to price yourself, and I'm in that same boat where I'm struggling to price myself. But like, it's how many of those could you make a month even? And like, if you're not at least earning, I would say 2 to 3 grand a month as a professional, like, it's not enough. Oh dear, I seriously need to revitalize rates. Rates are hard. Talking about like that sort of stuff is difficult. I found it easier by looking at what other people are doing and like how other people manage it. I'm also like, I will charge apprentice rates for a while first. So like my rates will probably be lower for the first year. After that, they probably will go up just as I get better and could do more things. I'm also starting out only doing the chibi versions because they're a little bit more affordable, but also because they're easier for me to fit around my time, and also there's something that I'm already relatively good at. Like, this is a drawing style that I enjoy, and so like that's what I'm going to be offering initially. I don't like calling them chibi because, again, I don't necessarily consider my characters chibi characters. I just think of them as more cartoonish, but because they're on a base and stuff like that, it just makes sense to sell them like chibi characters. Des, looking at rates as freelance 3D character artist, a fully rigged character, even without clothing, is around 700. Oh, easily. There are websites where you can commission VTubers, like specifically, like it's like Etsy for VTubing kind of stuff. And like when you look at 3D models on that, you don't see many less than $1,000. Like not at all. Even if it's a half model, half the time they'll be that size, because it's like people, it's expensive. It's very much a specialized skill, and so you can charge a lot of money for it. But also you should be charging at least like a good hourly rate. Yeah. What's up, Fuzzy? Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. The more I do, the more I learn. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be the same. It's like I'll put this out. But yeah, I wanted to let people know that I'll be opening commissions for chibi models, as well as some PNG tubers as well, at hugely reduced rates. Like definitely at least half the price of what they'd normally be on the 14th. There are only 3 slots for fully rigged VTuber models, although if there's a lot of people wanting it, I might maybe open some half models or like bust shots. Bust models are basically models that start about, maybe not quite there, about there. So you don't get the body below the waist basically, but so it means that it's a little bit less work. The thing is with chibi models is most of the work is above the waist anyway. Like the below the waist doesn't really, like there isn't a lot of detail there. So yeah, I would do that, but I'm hesitant and I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously not the same. That I've needed to look at these other commissioners to feel sane, honestly. I don't feel like I am. Well, but you can always, if you don't want to do professional rates, apprentice rates. That's what I'm doing. I'll be charging apprentice rates. So it is a reduced rate. Kind of think of it like a tattoo artist. Like, you know, when you start out as a tattoo artist, you charge much reduced rate, but you're still getting paid, and you're still getting paid per hour. It's just less than maybe other tattooists in the studio who have done it for years. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's like going for apprentice rates while you're still building your own portfolio and then upping it later. Trying to find the right amount of daily hours I need to produce a fully finished character in the standard timeline. So far, it's taking at least half a month just to make the basement model. Yeah. And I think that doesn't surprise me in many ways though, because 3D modeling does take so much longer, and that's why the prices are so much higher. Are you guys, I think a lot of you will be because you're on Twitch. If you're interested in VTuber pricing and you haven't watched the video by CDogVA where they bought 3 different VTubers, all based on the same image, and commissioned that, and I think the highest price was 1,000, have a little look at the quality of the 1,000 quid VTuber, and then have a look at the VTubers you watch. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of them will be a lot higher than the 1,000 quid, because the 1,000 quid for a custom VTuber model is like base price. And it's fair to say that the ones at a lower price, they do look like they're made at a lower price. Without trying to be too rude to the riggers, obviously, like you charge for the hour, they have less hours to work with, okay? So it's not to be rude, but like you can tell when you look at the price, you look at 1,000 quid, you're like, that's a lot of money. And then when you look at the quality of the 1,000 quid one, it is like a base quality. It's base. It's, you know, you look at VTubers like Iron Mouse, Shy Lily, these big VTubers with like impressive models, like it makes sense that they cost about $7,000 per model because the quality is that much higher. I think unless you're in the VTubing community, you might not realize how much these models cost. And 3D especially is very expensive. A good 3D model, thousands of pounds, easily. I'm trying to find the right amount of daily hours I need to produce a fully finished character. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment as well. So like when we're doing the challenge runs on Sundays, like, well, how long did it take me to rig those eyes? How long did it take me to do the mouth? How long did it take me to draw the layers for the mouth? And it's definitely helping a lot. I'm hoping the eye for detail will make my work worth more. I'm sure it will. And at the end of the day, price yourself what you want to be paid as well. Like, if you're like, listen, this would be what maybe someone doing a similar VTuber would be, but I do this, 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 and this, so I would like to be paid extra. Artists should get paid for their time. Some people don't want to pay for quality, sadly. I think as well, a lot of people, there's a whole thing with VTubing, and it's a deep rabbit hole in many ways, but because there are some very famous VTubers on the website, a lot of people think they can get famous just by having a good model and stuff like that, and then they look up the prices and they're like, ugh, I'm not paying $8,000 for a model. Are you kidding me? Ew, no, disgusting. I can get the same model for way cheaper. And then they buy a far cheaper model, like one that's, you know, probably within their price range, which is good. And then they're like, wait, you know, first of all, maybe they don't even enjoy streaming because they don't have the numbers that they want. They're really boring. They're not using the full range of their models, so they're just sat there like monotone, like, and now I am going to be playing some Stardew Valley. Please enjoy my Stardew Valley playthrough. And they're confused as to why people aren't checking them out. And it's like, it's a lot more complicated than that as well. But yeah, that's one thing that stopped me opening commissions for the longest time, is I don't want to deal with people being like, you're charging too much, or no one's going to buy it at that price, and this, that, and the other. I mean, I'm even doing a bit of a cop-out by doing a initial sale, which it's like I need to do because I do need to get some money in relatively fast if I want to fix all of my setup. For those who don't know, my camera and my monitor is broken. So I am down one cam and down a whole monitor, and we've just had to pay for a relatively expensive to fix, so there's not exactly the spare money to fix it, so that's why I'm doing this. But it's also VTubing is something, or like making VTubers is something that I genuinely enjoy, and if I'm going to take money for something, I want it to be something that I like. But yeah, a lot of people see, you know, even again base models at like $1,000, and they're like, ew, no one's paying for that, I can't afford it, you should charge less, when in reality that's just out of your price range. And I always say there's so many better ways to start VTubing if you can't afford a fully rigged model, like PNG tubing. And you know, PNG tubers often cost like 50, 100 quid. It's a lot less because you're paying for 2 pieces of art and some rigging to go between them. It's a lot cheaper, and on hours it's a lot less. And it's a really good starting spot where like people know kind of what you want your design to be and can support you, send you money towards getting it rigged. Maybe you could have like a sub goal to get that proper VTuber, but that, you know, it's not so out of your price range, especially as a new streamer in a regular situation. Like, you're probably not going to have $1,000 to spare to start streaming, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend that anyway, because you don't know if you're going to enjoy streaming. If you don't even know if you're going to enjoy streaming, why are you spending thousands of pounds on stream setup stuff, you know? Oh dear. I'm actually going to get a VTuber myself. Gladly pay some good money for not having to do it myself. I think there's a lot to say of like, I really enjoy making VTubers, so I am very biased here, but I get it. It's a huge time sink. It's a huge time sink, and if you have like a more complicated style that you want your VTuber done in, yeah, it takes lots of years to get that good often. Like when you're seeing these really beautiful VTubers, the artists behind the layers there, they're very talented artists, you know, they're spending hours, hundreds, thousands of hours to get that good, you know? And so you're paying for someone who has already done that practice. For me, I am a mid-tier artist, which is why you know, there are styles that I'm good at, but there are styles that I won't approach. Like, again, this is why we'll have a form. Stuff like, you know, if you want a furry character, there's nothing against furries, but that's not a style that I'm very good at, so I will turn you down. I'm not going to be, same with probably like, I can do mild mech, but if it's a full mech, top to bottom, again, it's a style that I'm not comfortable with drawing, so I will turn you down. It's nothing against your VTuber or your idea or anything like that, but I will only take commissions within styles that I'm comfortable with. And hopefully by the time that I open, I should have like a pretty good selection of those VTubers so people can see them. Oh dear. I usually spend 40 to 60 hours on my models before I'm even happy to start showing them, and rigging for 3D characters is not easy. And you can tell people cut corners by auto-rigging. Handmade rigs take effort and run much smoother. The texture is its own Yeah, this is the thing, it's like, this is why normally 3D models, maybe at the very highest tier of these models, 2D and 3D do cost about the same, but normally 3D models cost more. Normally 3D models cost at least double the price for 2D model. There are ways, again, with 3D models that you can do it much cheaper. There are, like, is it called Vroid? There are basically places where you can make a basic custom VTuber in 3D, but if you're looking for a customized one that's like head to toe your character, yeah, that's gonna cost you thousands. That's on my level. Heck yeah. In a way, are we all mechs? True and deep and true. Yes, I would say so. Oh dear. But yeah, I don't know, pricing is hard. Feeling confident enough to set those prices is hard. I am scared about opening commissions, to be quite honest, but it's also something that I both want and need to do. I like making VTubers an awful lot, so I would like to continue making them. There will be, again, terms and conditions, things like I won't do furry characters, I won't do full mechs. I think there'll also just be some like, because there's if you're commissioning me that you have to be happy for me to maybe do some of the work on Twitch, because that is my creative set time of the day. If you specifically didn't want it on Twitch, you didn't want me to be rigging or drawing it on Twitch, I probably would charge quite a big fee for that, because that's then cutting into other time that I would spend on other things. And so not that I wouldn't do it, but you would be charged extra. So yeah, it's like confirming that you're okay with me to draw and rig it on Twitch. Also, because I will be potentially drawing or rigging on Twitch, I can't do anything NSFW. I'm also not really comfortable doing child characters. So again, we have the model bases. They're not child model bases. They're adult. So I wouldn't really be happy putting a child on those bases. It would feel a bit weird. There's probably going to be a few other terms, but those are like the basic ones. No children, no NSFW. You have to be happy with me rigging or drawing it on Twitch, unless you want to pay an extra fee. Mechs and furries I can't do because it's not an art style that I'm comfortable with. Was there anything else? I think those are the basics. Oh, you have to have reference images. You have to have reference images. I will not do a model with just a description. You have to have reference images. It doesn't have to be like the best art in the world. Like, you can draw it yourself as long as you're like, you have drawn reference images, that I will consider it. But like, I won't do it without reference images. No. Oh, the anime, thank you for the lurk. Welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. Now, Sun's also offers basic stuff in 3D, but hand sculpted, yeah, exactly. The hand sculpted one is a lot more expensive. Commission's gonna be scary, but it is easy after the first one. Oh, thank you, Shifty. Heck yeah. They said my characters are usually for 3D animation or games, not VTubing. But yeah, once you, yeah, I imagine you could probably, it's probably a lot of work. Whenever I've watched, so I do watch 3D riggers on Twitch. Sometimes I watch them on YouTube as well, like the time lapses. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of hacking work. It's a very different process to 2D, which is kind of interesting. It always amazes me when people can do 2D and 3D models. It's like, wow, you have learned two entirely different skills for the same thing. It's very impressive. Dear Shifty, I'm gonna hold your head sculpt hostage to pay what I'm worth. It doesn't have to be the best art in the world. It could just be a tribute. It can just be a tribute. Yeah, but it's just like, I need a concept. Otherwise, you get stuck in the, well, that's not what I was imagining. That's not what I was imagining. That's not what I was imagining. And I'm okay with redrawing bits of the character, but like, I don't want to be redrawing it forever until you're happy with it, because there's always the, I redraw it till you're happy with it, you cancel your order, take my references and go to somebody else. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Come to me with a reference. You hear horror stories on VTubing with spending like hundreds of hours revisioning someone's design just for them to take the design and then go somewhere else. Oh dear. There's also like the general terms of conditions, like if you're using my design or my artwork for like commercial use, for selling products and stuff like that, there will be an extra fee on that. I'll get all of that sorted out. I don't think most of the people commissioning me will be doing that, but it is important like stuff to mention just for like later on. Also, if you're selling the model, you have to let me know, because basically I don't want to be shouting someone out who has one of my models if they've then given the model away. So do not sell without permission. Yeah, they're all pretty standard stuff. Because yeah, it is pretty standard in the VTuber community. You draw what you're comfortable with drawing. I don't know that I'll go into mech too much, but I would like to get a bit better at doing like a more fairy-esque. I would like to get better at that, just because I do more, I really enjoy doing like monster girls and stuff like that, monster girls, monster boys, so it would be useful if I could do more down that avenue, but initially I will say no to like, if it's like a full fursuit style commission, like no. I'll, you know, adding rabbit ears, adding cat ears, stuff like that, maybe a tail, that's fine, but like, when it comes to doing like full snouts and stuff like that, I need to get better. I need to get better, and I need to work out how it would work in my style as well. You underestimate 3D rigging. I found out that people assume you're going to do all the rigging and stuff for them, or get upset when you tell them you're not willing to. Character riggers is its own paid position in the games industry. It's unfair to assume a character artist is willing to... Yeah. Like, that is one thing that a lot of people are very explicit about in 2D as well. There's 2D artists for VTubers, there's 2D riggers for VTubers, and there's people that will rig and do the art for your model. Most of the time, if you do both, if you do the rigging and the art, you pay a reduced rate to doing them separately. And the reason is like taking somebody else's work say like taking somebody else's artwork, you just don't know if you're going to have to like go into Photoshop and fix the pieces, because if they don't work with your rigging style, you'll then have to redo the art yourself, or like cut the art up or change bits around and stuff like that. So it can be like a lot more work to take somebody else's art and rig it. So yeah, I don't know. Right, initially I will be doing the full package deal because that is what I'm used to. It is slightly more expensive obviously because I'm not offering it in half and half, but yeah, I will be doing that. Down the line, I would maybe offer... I don't know. I'd consider it, but like, it's gonna be like, I'll consider it kind of thing. I won't be rigging anybody else's art for the meantime, because that's a ball ache I don't want right now. Oh dear, right. Do you guys want to see what we're doing today? We've been talking a lot about this, because, well, to be fair, I did need to do the announcement so that people know to like, you know, heads up, on the 14th of April, commissions will open for the first time ever, and they are very limited slots. Very limited slots. So if that is something that you want, 14th of April in your diary. Ah! What? Shifty, you didn't have to do that. I haven't. Shifty! Wait! Oh, Shifty! I can't see the message. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can open it. If I go to donate to my own page, can I see the message? I don't want to. No. Damn it. Why can't I read the message? God damn, Shifty. The thing is, Shifty, we're going to be having some reward tiers because we're doing a fundraising stream on the 14th. So I've said the same thing to Cthulhu. I need to say it to Jason because I think Jason sneakily donated off stream. If anyone sees Jason, can you send them my way? I have a few words to tell them. But anyone who donates, we're going to be having some reward tiers and stuff like that. So if you were to donate 50 quid, there would be a reward for that. And same to Cthulhu and to Jason, who I need to have some words with. But thank you so much. I'll put a note in that so that on the 14th, when I have all of that sorted out, I can at least offer you first come, first served kind of thing, if you did want the reward. Yeah. Not that actually thinking about it, you'll probably need my reward, but I will still offer it to you. Because yeah, we were looking at doing, what was it for 50? I'd have to ask Shiny. Shiny's been helping me with my pricing. Oh dear. Can I donate on the 14th? Yes, not before then, how dare you? Oh no, obviously nobody has to donate, but if you are planning to donate, if you do donate before the 14th, I'll just put like a pin in it, because on the 14th is when we're going to be doing like a proper stream for it. We'll have like rewards and stuff, and I don't want people to miss out on the rewards because they've been generous too early. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Rigging someone else's characters is horrible. I found 3D especially. Not sure about 2D. The characters have their own unique polygon. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like rigging somebody else's work. Obviously you can do it. It's possible, but you often have to go back and make lots of alterations so that it properly works, especially if the artist is not someone who regularly does VTubes or VTubers. They'll often not cut things into enough layers, and it will mean that you'll have to go back and start cutting it up and stuff. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a lot of extra work. Right, do you want to see what we're doing today? Oh, wait, actually, do you want to see what we've already done? Excuse me. Here is where we're at. The other sleeve is looking pretty damn cool, not gonna lie. So basically what we did was we redid the pattern from this side, and we just changed it a little bit. And I think you can really see the difference between our initial, well, this is actually not even the initial test. This is like 3 in, and I think that one's like 5 in for the patterns. But you can see the difference between, you know, pattern number 3 versus pattern number 5. I think it looks really, really cool. It's just a lot more poof, and it fits really nicely. It's really comfortable under the arms because it's a bit smaller under the arms on that side. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Ah, dear. So yeah, we've got this far in the model making. I wasn't gonna have that on screen initially, but that's what we've got there. And then, here's a test. This is a test. I did post this on Twitter, so a few of you already have seen it. But this is going to be one of, it's a test, but I'll probably use it, to be honest, because it's like, it's fine enough that I probably could use it on the costume. But this is what our smocking on the, sorry, switch back again. On this top bit of the arm. So this bit here, these are what we're talking about. These pieces here, they will be made of this fabric. So, hence the width. So we are looking at this. This is what they'll be made of. I want to start trying to do one of the longest ones because I figured if we worked from the longest to the shortest, it would feel like the quickest. So we're going to work on a really, really big one today. So this is the piece of fabric. Oh god, I need to move some stuff around. Excuse me 2 seconds. You're going to get a lot of arm in your face. It has got my tea and stuff. So it's shiny on one side, but the shiny side I'm doing down, so I have the rough side out. Smoke and sparkles? I'm always smoke and sparkles shots on me. Welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. I just want to support my, oh bless you. That's very heckin' kind of you. I swear to god, I need to, it needs to be the 14th already so I can properly do that stream and give everyone their rewards and stuff, because I feel kind of bad when people donate and I haven't got the rewards set up. But I've got a pin in it. I've got a pin in you, Cthulhu, and Jason. So that you can be the first. Dear. But anyway, this is the size of the piece. This is the size of the fabric because the smocking reduces the fabric so heavily that you have to start really big. Also, I will tell you in advance, this camera's quite yellow, so the purple doesn't show up quite as well as it normally would. We'll fix it in time, but for now, at least you can see the process, even if the color is not 100% accurate. I think you can still tell that it is purple, though. It also has autofocus. That's going to be really fun. But yeah, what we do with this is like a full test, by the way, which is we do the smocking on the back, which is all of the tiny, tiny stitches around there. And then we flip it over. We get where the bows are, so like they're basically like squares surrounded by bows. We find where the bows are and we stitch those in place so they're nice and solid, and then down the centerpiece we put the black beads. Oh actually, but before that we paint it. I did forget that stage. There's a painting stage where we paint between the bows. But yeah, then we put the little beads on the center bows. Then we put the sequins in the pieces around the side, so like in all of the gaps between the smocking we fill them with sequins, and then we stitch little white stars into them to keep the celestial look. Yeah. And they look really cool. I like it a lot. It takes a heckin' long time, but it's worth it. Ah, dear. Oh, Sonny, thank you for your donation of piss. I appreciate it. Dear. I have to head off to uni. Good luck. I hope it goes well. Also, yeah, this is purple. It's a really pretty, like, lilac purple. But because of my camera, this is our reduced camera. Oh, it looks white and gold. Okay. It's our reduced camera quality, unfortunately. Hey, 16. You did the 69th P. Thank you. Oh, you were the only person who noticed. Heck yeah. Thank you for your 69th donation of piss. Heck yeah. What this does is it has the iridescent sequence in it, so it makes it look like background sparkly without affecting the big pieces of smocking too much. It does make it thick. I don't know if you can see the thickness of this fabric, considering that this is normally like a lining fabric, so it's like ultra thin. That's how it starts, and this is how it ends up. And then I will be backing them with felt, so they will be even thicker. But that's a good thing, because it means when we do the poof on the arms, when we get to this stage, these will hold their shape really, really well because they are really thick. So this one actually technically I probably will end up using underneath the arm if I had to guess, but I'll put it on top just for now. But there's a vision here, can you see it? Can you see this vision of having this all the way down these pieces? They're gonna be thick, but the nice thing about it is they're thick but they're not close to the skin, so they shouldn't add a lot of extra warmth as much as just decoration, really. So yeah, one thing that this was recommended by one of the YouTubers who I learnt to smock from. They were like, tape down your edges before you start. So I am just going to quickly tape down my edges. It's just because otherwise when you're drawing it, the fabric moves, and the grid is really important. So each piece of smocking has like a grid. This one it's going to be 28 by 6.5, which means it's 60 by 18. Oh. Thank you for Pierce. Which then is divided by 2. So it will be 24. Oh no, that's not right. It'll be 30 by 9 grid, I think. A 30 by 9 grid of 2 centimeters. 2 seconds. Where did I just put the little one? Where did I just put the little one? Oh my god, my sample! Where did it go? Is it? No. What? Oh, there it is. It's behind my dinosaur. Jesus Christ, I was like, where the hell did I just put my sample? So this one. Yeah, that seems about right, actually. I do just want to double check. I think it's 2 centimeters. It's 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, isn't it? Surely. Yeah, it's 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Okay, I felt like I was going crazy for a second then. No, it's 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters. And we will be doing a lot of work. Do you see all this stitching on the back? It looks beautiful and very clean on the front, but look at the back. Look at that. Look at that stitching. Heck yeah. Oh dear, the 10th YouTuber recommends chaos and unlawfulness. 9 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that sounds about right. That sounds about right, especially in the sewing community. It might have been me. Truthfully, not surprised. Nah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm so nervous I lost that sample. Do you guys want to take like a guess, a gander at how long that tiny sample took? Sample is this size, by the way. Just, you know, so you have an idea of how long what we're doing today is going to take. Oh dear. I won't spoil it for you this time. I'll let you guess. A minute. That would be super. Listen, if I can get to the stage where I'm so good at smocking that it only takes a minute, I will be a god. I will be an absolute god. And I would, you know what, at that point I'd be like, you know what, instead of coming to my streams and saying hi, I would like you to refer to me as Jelly-sama. And that's the only way that you can talk to me, because I am in fact a god. I am a god of smocking. A very specific god. Is it Terry Pratchett that has gods of like silly things? Not silly things, but like, you know, obscure things like god of buttons and gods of zips and stuff?
New teeth who dis.
What? New teeth who dis? Zero, welcome on in. 2 minutes. People are guessing at the moment how long this took me to make. For size, here, this is the size of the thing. Yeah, I got a new tooth. I got a new tooth. They gave me a new one. My Sonny, spot on. Oh my god, Sonny, come in with the immediate right guess. What the heck, Sonny? Are you a master smocker and I wasn't even aware of it? You were there? That's a little intimidating. I didn't do it live on stream, Sonny. How were you there? Oh dear. But yeah, no, it did. It took 6 hours. I'm not including in that time the time it took the paint to dry, to be fair. They're still there. Oh god. Sonny, I need you to leave. This is my house. Yeah, I'm not including the time it took the paint to dry, of course, because technically it was like 3 hours and then 3 hours. Or no, it was probably more like 2 hours and then 3 hours. But yeah, a really goddamn long time is what I was going for, spying through the window. Very impressive. I'm not on the ground floor. So like, honestly, the fact that you've got this high just to spy on me, I'm a little touched. Whoa. Heck, no one's climbed up to this floor to spy on me before. Wow. Somebody's in the walls. Your attic is comfortable. No, it's not. Our attic is actually a hazard. You can't go in it without a gas mask. Sonny, you need to get out. Sonny, if you're in our attic right now, you have to leave. It's very dangerous in there. There's gas in the air. Sonny, please get out of our attic as quickly as possible. I don't want to scare you too much, but it's not safe, Sonny. It's not safe at all. You will die if you stay in that attic. Like, I don't want to scare you, but get out. We have other places you could hide in the house that would be infinitely more safe. You know? It was like Bruno. Yeah, but not on our walls. Our walls are very dangerous. Also, Kat, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I was just showing some smocking I did off stream, and we're going to be replicating this but at a larger size. So I did this one, which was just like a test. So I figured we'd go the biggest size first, because then we can work down. It'll feel like we're speeding up with time, because they take a really long time, but they do end up really cute. Look at all my messy back. Look at all that mess. And look at all that. All the mess. Look at all that. It's nice. It looks complicated. It's not. It's not as bad as you think. It's pattern work, right? So it's like, not as in like pattern making, but it's like you do the same thing over and over and over again. So once you got the pattern down, kind of like knitting, right? Knitting's hard the first time you do it, but the more you knit, the quicker and better you get at it, and it just becomes second nature. Smocking is very similar. You know, it's a pattern. So as long as you've got a good grid, which is important, you can do it easy. The climb is hard, but you can't beat the low latency high definition view. True, it is probably a lot better than the camera is right now. Oh my god. Alright. Also, I used Biro for this last time, and I wasn't punished, so I'm going to use Biro again just because it stands out nicely. So, first and foremost, I probably should have done this the other way.
Notice me smock summer.
Oh my god, the 32, Jesus Christ. I must have been an affiliate for a while, heck. Thank you so much, Zero, it's very heckin' kind of you. Obviously, welcome back in, I hope you're doing well. Did we, oh actually wait, Zero, have you seen our progress so far? I just suddenly realized, look, it's a pattern. Look at this good arm. This is the original, this is the new. This is the new and improved, and I love it. It looks great. Oh dear. Wow. Zero is just traveling in time. That is also, you know what though? That's also impressive, right? I think traveling in time is also very impressive. Okay, we are gonna go nice and close to the edge, and we're just gonna go, well actually, let's draw a line. There's actually already kind of a line on the fabric, so I might just try to follow that line, because then the line will probably be straight. And we love a good straight line when it comes to sewing. Yes, good. And then I just need to do dots every 2 centimeters. My hand probably will get covered in Biro, but this time, when my hand inevitably gets covered in Biro, I will go wash it, because I don't want to smudge the front of the fabric. So with the pattern making, I didn't care. I didn't care if my hand got covered in Biro, but now I kind of care. Now there are stakes. Okay, that's the first 30 centimeters. And then I just would like to, I guess I'll just draw the whole line. And
my dog just took a big chunk out of a tree. Now she's all bark and no bite.
Oh, I was worried for a second, then I was like, oh my god, is your dog okay? Oh, I'm glad she's all bark and no bite. That's fine. Nice. I didn't travel in time, but I did travel. Literally 1 second a second. Oh, true, yeah. 1 second a second is traveling in time, technically. Technically, you're not wrong, Sonny. There's a loophole there. I'm gonna have to do 3 of these as well with the new pattern. Initially, I was only gonna have to do 2. But now I have to do 3, because I've already cut 2 pieces out. Because I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. And then I looked back at my pattern and I was like, bugger, I changed it, didn't I? I changed it to 3. And I haven't updated this. I will do, if I can fit in 2 extra. Can I fit in 2 extra? I can fit in 2 extra. I'm going to fit in 2 extra. Because I think it'll make it a little easier when it comes to trimming it later and stuff like that. So I'm going to do the 2 extra. My music has given up on me. Come back, please. We require background noise. There you go. There you go. That's a better. Excuse me. I thought you did. You did. As did I. Oh my god, excuse me. Sorry. My throat has decided it has things to say. Things to say. And draw a nice straight line down there. And then... 5 X 7 8 9. Ooh. Because it'd be dink donk, dink donk. Okay, I will have to stop early there. That's okay though. That's okay. That's okay. We can live with that. Down 18. So go 8. Oh. I get some new biros at some point. Honestly, I shouldn't really use them for sewing, so it is kind of my own fault, but also I should get some more biros at some point. How the hell can I do this bit? I guess I'll go backwards. But my camera is very, very in the way here. Sure. Hang on. Oh dear. I've hiccuped many, many times. Oh, you go back in time an hour this Sunday? Heck yeah, perfectly balanced. I'm trying to finish Catherine full body on hard mode before Ari. Oh, I thought you're getting it! Heck yeah, I have been seeing some wonderful mods people have already made for Leon. Very funny, but also I 100% agree that those mods are necessary for like proper gameplay for Resident Evil. I particularly like the Leon Tramp Stamp mod. That's pretty 10 out of 10. I like the one where Leon is wearing like more cropped gear as well. That's very fun. I like that one. That's a very important mod. Like honestly, how do we even play a Resident Evil game without that? It's important. It's important. The modding community for Resident Evil is so fun. Oh dear. Also, Eoden, welcome on in. Look, I made smoke. I made this. This is something that I made. Yeah. It's also sparkly. I want a new tabletop book last week. Apparently got shipped today. Very excited. No idea. Ooh, do you mind? Or is it a secret? It might be a secret. If you don't mind telling me which one you've ordered, I would be curious. But if it is a secret, I am respectful of the secrets. If you keep your secrets, you know. Oh dear. Yeah. And all the way down, we're gonna make a really pretty grid. And then just... Oh dear. My favorite mod is the Christmas mod. The Christmas mod for Resident Evil 6 is a 10 out of 10 mod. And you will not be able to tell me differently. That is a top tier mod. I love that there's more than one Resident Evil 6 Christmas mod as well. There's like one that's a lot more scandalous than the other one. It's, you know, the fact that there are two. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Oh dear. I think I like the one that gives Leon a snowman suit the best. But then also Chris in like the Christmas suspenders is very funny. It would be up to there, so... Oh, that goes kind of far. Yeah, we'll do that and we'll give it a go. Right. We have many lines to draw now. So this is the first part of Smocking. I was thinking to do this off stream, but I figured I should do it on stream at least once so that you guys could see. But this is quite important. You have to do a really good grid. Wait, there's more than one scale. There's more, yeah. Not that I was looking into it, because, you know, no, I wouldn't. But, like, yes, there's more than one. But one of them is very, very scandalous. Very scandalous. Like, you won't be able to show it on Twitch. Too scandalous. Very Christmas, though. Oh, dear. So, yeah, we draw lines the whole way down it. And then we'll draw the ones across. And then we'll get to work. Although I probably will wash my hands at that point. You might get a very quick word on stream session. Or I could just show you the ducks. Which would you prefer, ducks or words on stream? Because I will have to take a very quick break in a second just to wash my hands off and get all of the biro off it so I don't accidentally transfer it to anything else. I could do either. Either is good. I already have a PDF, so I know everything in the book anyway. Just waiting for the physical copy. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like role-playing game for cartoon characters. More imp. Oh, heck yeah. That does sound pretty cool. I can't remember, Shifty. Did you support this Kickstarter for the Welsh folklore tabletop? Cannot remember if you did. I should say British folklore, but it is done by a Welsh creator. Oh dear. I got the playing cards as well, so now I also have the playing cards. You got the book upstairs? Heck yeah! I couldn't remember if you'd also done that one. Yeah, a friend of mine knows the person who made it, and that's how I heard about it, because they were like, hey, we play tabletop together. A friend of mine is trying to release a new tabletops thing. And I was like, okay. They're like, yeah, it's based on UK folklore. And I was like, I'm in. Count me in. Tell me when you play your first game, I want in. Himbo, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Never ran it though. Me neither. To be fair. Oh dear. But then I haven't run any games of anything ever, so... You know, it's a low barrier. You're great, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. We are going to be doing some smocking today. If you've never done Smocking before, it's very important to have a pretty neat grid because you'll use that for basically everything. Basically everything will rely on this grid. And so I am doing a grid that is... what was it? It's technically 60 by 18, but I think it's going to be closer to 32 by... what was it? 32 by 9, I think? Something like that. Let's move my tea quickly, just so I can put the thing there. There we go. And then the last one. And then we'll have to do ones across as well. There we go. Okay, we've done half of it. Is that a duck tattoo? That is. His name is Buddy. His name is Buddy, and we got him after doing the Starlight streams this Christmas, or like this Christmas just gone. A few of us had a bet that if we could get over or if we could raise over 30,000 for Starlight, that we would all get duck tattoos, and we actually hit over 40,000. So yeah, a few people in the team have got duck tattoos, and I was one of the people. And I wanted my one to look like a doodle duck. Everyone's got very different ducks. I went down the route of it was for a children's charity, so mine is like doodle, like a kid's doodle. Oh, Himbo, thank you so much for the follow as well. It's very kind of you. So yeah, we have a little doodle duck, and his name is Buddy, and I love him. For non-D&D games, never played around them. It's a hard sell. I think as well, because I imagine a lot of people that you know would be a bit newer to D&D, and like trying to sell someone on a world when they haven't even maybe played regular D&D before. Like, yeah, I imagine it's a little bit more difficult to get people to try it. Because I'll be honest, most of the people that I know that are into tabletop, that already enjoy it, will snap up a new one, like immediately. Like most of the ones I get invited to these days are ones I've never heard of. Because the people that I know that really like tabletop are often looking for new ones. It's the new people that I think get a bit nervous, which is fair because it is a lot to learn. And like, it's not, yeah, I can't knock them for being nervous. When you have some more experienced friends, you tend to get invited to more weird shit. It's 10 out of 10, I enjoy it a lot. Oh dear. You get invited to tables and I never get invited. I do, I'm very lucky in that I know quite a few DMs, but I would like to one day DM for myself. You know, one day I'll give it a go. But I don't normally, like these days I don't do very long campaigns. I just don't have the time to do it. And also I can't go in person, so if they can't do online, then I can't take part. And most of my friends know that, you know, people aren't not aware that, you know, I'm not very well, so yeah. Unless it's online, I normally can't take part, but I'll often get invited. I'm more likely to do like a one-shot. Oh dear. I'm very lucky. Oh. There we go. And 14 and 16. There we go. And then we just need to do that same thing on this last one. There. Trying very hard not to hit my head on the camera. I apologize if I do. I'm trying. There you go. Okay. Oh dear, DMs. It's a DM, Dungeon Master. DM as in Dungeon Master. Oh dear. I only played one D&D campaign and my character decided to punch a square slime and almost died. Does that sound about right? One-shots are a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I really enjoy one-shots. I'm a big fan of them. I think they're really good as well. Like a lot of my friends are like, I want to run in this world, but I'm not super familiar with it, and they'll do like a one-shot before they do like the full campaign. And so I'll often like, I'll be part of the test group, you know, I'll help them with their one-shot, but I might not be in the full campaign. But that's been good. I've enjoyed that. I like kind of hearing how it's gone. Wow, we get there. Lots of squares. Whoa. I wish I could invite some more tabletop RPGs. I'm always thirsting for it. Yes, I know you are a DM. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, you're dead. I want to say a D&D. Oh, you do? Is that out already? Heck, I wasn't sure. I probably won't because I don't really watch films. I don't really watch television films, you know, anything on a television screen. Don't tend to watch it, so if I'm being honest, I probably won't watch it, but I do hope that it is good. I still hope that it is good, even if I'm not going to watch it myself. And in there. And last one. And then we just have to join them up. We'll start from the top. Sorry. Whenever it is. It's coming out the 30th. Oh, okay, at the end of the month then. Nice. Oh dear. There we are. Yeah. Oh, can I update you guys? So for the first, I don't know, how long has it been since I uploaded a video to the main channel on my YouTube? Probably over a year, right? And the last video on there isn't even a video that was made by me. It was given to me to upload by Dem. So I think if we go back even further, it's probably been like a couple years since I uploaded a video of my own on my YouTube. But I have a video. I did it. I finally did it. I made a video. Only took like, you know, 2 years. So I have one for, it's gonna sound like an April Fool's thing, but it's not. I have one for the 1st of April. Oh dear, but it's not an April Fool's thing. It's just bad timing. Oh dear, I'm not setting up an elaborate April Fool's Day prank. Oh dear, thank you. I've been practicing editing all month. It's just like a compilation, to be honest, of like stuff that we've done over the last month. Because, you know, I do spend most of my time on Twitch. That's where I am. So like, I don't really have a lot of content outside of Twitch because like, I'm here. This is where I am. You have a thing for April Fools too. Yeah, but your thing's on purpose for April Fools, isn't it? Whereas mine's is just an accident. Mine has nothing to do with the date that's coming out on. It's just because it's a summary of March. So I'm bringing it out on April 1st. Like, mine has nothing to do with it actually being April 1st. I'm just gonna trim this bit off as well because it's a bit messy. Actually, that's not my fabric scissors. This would probably be easier if I used my fabric scissors, wouldn't it? Since, you know, I am cutting fabric. Like, nice. And then I have stuck my fabric to my tea. No! Stop that. Okay. Okay. Now what we need to do is burn the edges, because otherwise this fabric frays like nothing else. I found that very early on while working with it. Where is my candle? Well, actually, to be fair, I've got smaller candles nearby. I could probably just use one of those. It might be a bit easier on stream as well. Where's my lighter? A good second question. There it is. Does it still have any lighter fluid in it? Go on, go on, go on. There you go. A candle. I'm just gonna burn this edges quickly because, yeah, otherwise they fray constantly and it's a pain. And this is a polyester, which means it's basically plastic, which means you can melt the edges without having to worry about it. With cottons or cotton mixes, they can catch fire, whereas polyester does not catch fire, just melts. Ah dear. Wish I could say what it was. Whoa. If you're doing me a Jester Shifty, I might have to take your art license. Oh my god. Oh, Sequina! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're just doing some mild fabric burning, just so that as I work with the fabric, because as you've seen, we work with the fabric an awful lot with smocking. So as we're doing that process and as we are working with the fabric, that it's not breaking itself, basically. Ah dear. I just got my art license. You have to be careful then. Like Sonny said, yeah. I only just got the license. Ooh. Can I have an art license, Sonny? If you're giving them out, can I have one? I'll be very good. I won't do you a jester or a prank on April Fools. Can I have an art license? I'll also be selling art soon. I need my license so that I can sell it. Okay. So just trying to do this as carefully as possible. Obviously it's fire and you should be careful with fire, but also I don't want to damage the fabric a lot. Even though it will likely get trimmed down later, I had to trim it down before, so I'll probably have to trim it down again. But I still don't want to damage the fabric a lot, just in case I end up using that space. Stop that. Got a little close to the flame there, that's okay. And all the way across. And then last bit. And then we'll have to go around the other edges, although probably not the back edge, because... or that edge, maybe. There's a couple of edges that have already been finished on this. Which means I don't think I actually need to burn them. I probably just need to burn the unfinished edges. Go. Yes. And then this side. You have to apply to the the Department of Art and Culture. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't realize there was a process like that for an art license. How long does it take for them to get back to you? You know, if you don't mind disclosing. How long can I expect before somebody tells me whether or not I get my art license? It's very important. I'm trying to become an artist. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so this edge here, this is already finished. This edge is a bit weird. I'm not exactly sure what's happened to this edge because it's kind of like rolled up, but it's also sort of fraying. I might just trim it off and burn it because that doesn't feel like a properly finished edge. I don't know if I want to risk it, so let's just trim that off and burn it anyway. Assuming you have 3 months of bank statements, your security, social security number, a fee of sacrifice, you'll go and prove that you're. I don't have a goat. I also don't. Oh no, I can prove I'm alive. I can prove I'm alive. Is the goat important? How would you feel about me sacrificing a freezer sausage instead? There could be goat in it. Difficult to say. Wow. And sorry, it's a big piece of fabric, so trying to get it to not move too much is difficult. It's slippery. It's slippery and it wants to move. Okay, and last little bit. Oh, there goes my shoulder. There we go. Yeah. Feels like missing a bit. There you go. Okay. Nice. Move this to one side so the wet wax can set again. And there you go. Just safe at the edges now, so it's not going to be fraying. It's a little thing, but it makes a big difference. Luna, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Cthulhu, good morning. I hope you're doing good. I don't know the last one. Any alternatives? True. Artists are dead should apply for... Oh, Dead Masters. I see. It's been accepted before. A company generally is doing this with malfunctioning hands. I know it's crazy, right? The favorite meme on my channel is that my hands just don't function, apparently. Very funny, though. I will always giggle at that. Oh, dear. So there's a couple areas, I think, where the ink will have gone through. Actually, only one? Oh, and at the edge. Okay. Well, as long as I keep that in mind. I am going to do some little X's. I probably will do these in pencil. Where was the one that had the little mark on it? Because I'll make sure that that one is X'd. There. Oh, well, it's right in the middle of them, I suppose. So you won't see it anyway, will you? Probably not. I was to go... Okay. So the X's... Oh god, this is going to be... How can I do this where I can see it, but you can't see it on the other side? Maybe in purple? Does that show through on the other side? I probably shouldn't have done that in the middle. No, it doesn't show through. Okay, cool. So basically, these will be the ones that we end up pulling the fabric in, and they will be pushed to the other side. Oh, we could do it backwards. We could have it that these ones are not pushed to the other side, actually. I'm kind of actually feeling that the ones with crosses in are not pushed, but then, I don't know if logically that makes a lot of sense, actually. And just fill all this in. Big grid, I apologize, it's gonna take a while. Oh dear. He's so tired on. You have been doing a lot of work, to be fair. I hope you manage to get some good Z's soon. Oh dear, we are doing some smocking. So, this is a small sample, but it'll end up looking like this. We just have to get the rest of the back done. But yeah, this is kind of what it ends up looking like once it's detailed, painted, and all of the extra stuff is on there. Oh my god, excuse me. I could feel that one coming. That one was sat in the back of my throat for a second. I'm going to do the big hic. Oh dear. Thank you for the hic. Oh dear. Eee. Yeah, honestly, at this point, which is louder, the Vengerhorn or my hiccups? Oh dear. Oh, also, I did say I was going to take a very quick break to wash my hands. I don't seem to actually have any ink on them, so I guess it's fine. I got lucky this time. Plus, I still have tea, so I don't really need to take a break for anything else. Although I probably should drink some of my tea. Because, well, it's probably been over an hour. It has been over an hour, and I have not drunk my tea. There we go. Just keep doing these crosses. Go. Probably start from this side because that's the cross pattern that I like to follow the most. The one where there's like a bit of space before the edge. Yeah, that's how I practice anyway. Okay. Once again, pretty safe, right? Pretty safe. There's a couple bits around the edge, but I'm not too worried about those. I think it should be fine. Yeah, I'm thinking start on this side. Start on this side and work our way up. It's shiny on this side. The side that we're finishing on is not shiny, but yeah. Dear, that was a scream. Definitely the Vengerhorn. Really? It's definitely the hiccups. You haven't been on voice where with her. Oh, that's true actually. Yeah, I do have some filters on my voice. Over Discord, it sounds a lot worse. Yeah, I always feel bad when you guys actually hear it and like what it's actually like being in the room with me. Very loud. Very loud. All right, let me roll my sleeves up a little bit so I'm not mooshing my arm all over this. And then drink some tea. Important. Have I screamed at you face to face, Shifty? I don't remember. I probably have, honestly. At this point, I probably have. I'm gonna put that there just so that there is a sample. Hey, do you want to focus on me? Can't afford the camera. Oh dear. Have I screamed at you? I might have. Some delicious lunch pizza. Heck yeah, heck yeah. That sounds like a good way of starting the day. Oh no, I just thought it was funny. You know, Shiny has, the amount of times I finish stream, go downstairs and just scream at Shiny. And they're like, please, I haven't seen you for like 4 hours and the first thing you say is just, ah! Like, you're right, you're damn right, it's important. For Shiny. I do feel bad, to be fair, because it's not on purpose. It's not something that I can actually help very easily. Or like, it hurts if I keep it in my throat for too long. So ah! Ah. It sounds a lot nicer. It sounds a lot nicer when it does it. Thank you so to you too. Thank you so much for the 200 bits. It's very heckin' kind of you. It's a van for screaming at me. You know I love to be screamed at. Alright. So this is what you do. The one which has the X on it, you go in and you do like a little nick of the fabric there. Just a teeny tiny nick. And then you loop through. And then you do a teeny tiny nick of that corner. Okay, okay. Have I done this backwards? Yes, I have. Okay, wait a second. I've done this backwards. Shoot. This is gonna confuse the shit out of me now. It's meant to be the middle ones. All right, 2 seconds. I can fix this. I was like, wait, this is weird. It's too close to the edge. Why is this happening? I will now use pink crosses to undo my mistake, because we'll just ignore, you know those purple crosses? Ignore them, they don't exist. They never did. But the pink crosses, now they do exist. So ignore the purple crosses and just think about the pink crosses, okay? No purple crosses, just pink crosses. And if you do that, then my design works. I'm not redrawing this grid. Don't worry about it, it's fine, it's fine. There's no purple crosses, so it makes perfect sense. This is how it always was. I was just swishing my pen in front of this and like pretending to do stuff, but in reality, yeah, no, I wasn't drawing anything, and there are no purple crosses. And the purple crosses cannot hurt you. There we go. And all the way down. What am I putting the crosses between? I don't know. Nothing. There's nothing there. No purple crosses, that's for sure. Only pink crosses. I mean, it just meant that if you intentionally shouting at him like that, it would be, yeah, if it was intentional, it would be really mean. Especially with how loud it is. But nah, it's, I know why it happens. But yeah, it's just a thing. Just a thing. Purple doesn't exist. This entire cosplay doesn't exist. True. You know what? Never have I heard a truer word spoken. My costume doesn't actually exist. Might only go to there actually, because I think the last one would be a bit close. Okay. Right, back to starting, you know, correctly and like not worrying about it. No, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Are you feeling better? I am. I'm feeling a lot better, thankfully. So, I had my tooth fixed yesterday. I didn't know how much they were going to do yesterday, but I was very pleasantly surprised. So I had like, they basically did like a resin pour on my tooth. They built like a barrier using like metal sheets, which that bit did hurt because they had to go into my gums so that they'd hold still. But they made like a little barrier around where the tooth needed to be, because the outside of my tooth is what's like come off, is like a lot of the outside. And then they filled it all in and they let it set. And then they did some alterations on like some of the top bits just so it looked a bit more tooth-like. And now I have a tooth again. It does look really weird, but it's also one of my molars, so like you'll never see it. And yeah, it's pretty good. All things considered, why is there a knot here? How did this? Okay, it's fine, it's gone. Eh. How did that happen, huh? Oh dear. Purple disappears from existence. Whoa! Whoa! Oh dear. Yay for getting it fixed. Heck yeah. And also, I don't have any tooth in my jaw. The reason my jaw is swollen is probably because I've sprained it. So that was also like really comforting to hear, is like, okay, your jaw, don't worry about it. It will fix with time. Although it does hurt a little bit more now because they did put lots of stuff in my gums. But other than that, and that is very temporary, it should be fine, because there was like just in the back of my head, like, what if I've done damage to my jaw, because my jaw is like visibly swollen, right? It's like, what if I had damaged it? But I haven't, which is really, really good. That makes everything a lot easier if you haven't damaged your jaw. So that was really good news, and hopefully it should just get better in due course, whenever that is. Ah dear, I'm not. Oh, true, you are here. That's what it must have been. They heard me say not, and my thread was like, you want me to not? Okay, right now. Oh dear. Not necessarily exactly what I wanted, thread, but it's okay because I could undo it. So now I'm just going through both sides, and it makes like a little flower on the back, and that is actually a kind of smocking. You can leave it like this and just do this all over the back. I would say maybe draw a less obvious grid, maybe in chalk if you're doing that, but you can do this and just do flowers, and then you can have like a flower smocking. But I am not doing that because this is for the cosplay for the collector, and the collector is not really a floral design at all. You probably could do a reimagining of the collector, but more like naturey and florally. But yeah, they're more like shapes and celestial stuff, so squares and stars and all of that kind of stuff more fits the theme. I think Magenta actually doesn't exist. It's a color upgrade is created for the approximation of color waves. Oh, really? Heck. That's good to hear. Is this for the... Nah, this is a small smocking, so I can show you actually. 2 seconds, let me tie my thread off so I don't ruin it. Actually, wait a second. Before I tie my thread off, let me just unravel my thread, which has decided for some reason that it's going to, it's gonna be the weirdest shape. Come on. Be good. Yeah, like it does not like this at all. I don't know what's happened to it, but we will just fix that quickly. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's like spun together quite so much. It happens sometimes, to be fair. It's probably how I'm removing it from the spool. But that is a lot better, because yeah, I was trying to not just be doing that. Now, so this is a sample of what this particular smocking looks like once it's finished, and this will be used at this part of the jacket. So the bits that are basically coming off of the backing, it'll be on this piece. It will technically also be on this piece. So on this piece of the jacket and on this piece of the jacket. That's where we are using this. Yeah. Wow. Hence them all being in strips right now, because I'm going to be doing all of the strips. Although I guess actually it doesn't really look like a strip that much right now. Alright, and back in. And once again, we'll go around all of the four corners of the pink square. Purple squares do not exist. Do not worry about them. And we have to do this on all of them. So there's like 4 per row, and there's many rows. I think there's 30 rows of it. So maybe just under 30 rows. You can imagine, it's a lot. There's a lot. But that's the point. We're doing the big ones first because they're gonna take the longest. Oh dear. Good thing I'm not a square. Heck yeah, otherwise you'd have to be sewn around the edges, and also you wouldn't exist. Both of which would be a problem. Oh dear. There we go. Wow. And then it creates like a little spike there, which normally you'd keep, and I will keep it for now, but I will eventually stitch them down so they're flat, because otherwise, this is what a lot of the stitching is me stitching these little triangles down. Otherwise, they do kind of get in the way, and they make the fabric very difficult to work with. So for now it stays, but later we'll fix that. Ah dear. I'm not hip. What? I'm not hip? I'm not cool? I'm not down with the kids? What the heck? Sonny! I thought I was hip and cool and down with the kids. What the heck? Oh, wow, Sonny is so mean. Ugh, Sonny! All I wanted was to be hip and down with the kids. The kids love smocking, right? I'm making lots of progress on my cross stitch. Every project I do gets faster and faster. Heck yeah, that's the progress we love to see. Makes sense though. You're gonna get better at it the more you do it, right? Heck yeah. I'm glad that they're speeding up. I hope you still find them relaxing though, even if they are going quicker. Oh dear, you made a pinch. You're so, yay! I'm so hip. Sonny said I was hip. Oh dear. How do you do, fellow kids? You think thank you, Shifty. Heck yeah. All I want is to be hip. I'm pretty sure all the kids are doing smocking these days. So, you know, if this doesn't make me hip, I don't know what will. Kids love smocking. Shifty teddy big head, my friend. Thank you. Oh dear. To be fair, cosplay is probably bigger than it's ever been. You know, the lockdown didn't do very many good things, but it did push a lot of people towards closet cosplays and giving cosplay a go for the first time. And yeah, there's a lot more cosplayers than we've ever previously had. There's tons of cosplayers now, which is cool. That's a good thing. Very hip, very down with the kids. 16th century kids, yeah. The 16th century kids love smocking. Oh dear. Well, to be fair, I find smocking very, very relaxing. It is kind of the same as embroidery in my mind, in that like, it's a task that you do the same thing over and over and over again. But watching it build up, it looks really, really cool. It looks really, really cool. I've done quite a few tests, by the way. I should say that wasn't my first test as this smocking, but it was the first time me doing the test in the correct fabric and then doing the extra details on that fabric. So it's a good test. It's important. I need to do it with a darker fabric at some point, but I've cut up more of this now, so I'm just gonna keep doing with this. Jiggy lazy. Aww. Oh dear. Speaking of being down and hip with the kids, I apologize in advance if Discord I I respond with like one of the nitro emotes. I'm not doing it on purpose, but it keeps defaulting me back to using these nitro emotes, and they move around a lot on screen. And then it keeps telling me you only have 3 left, and I'm like, but I didn't want to use any of them in the first place, and I don't know how to remove them. So if you say something and I respond with a really weird emote, my bad. I'm really not meaning to, and I don't know how to like undo it once it's there. So I had to get Nitro to send across a specific VTuber because it was just a little bit too large for Discord normally, and I was like, I don't want to faff around with emails right now, so I quickly just grabbed that, and it has been, you know what, maybe I'm not down and hip with the kids because I've been getting so confused. I don't understand. Nikki's doing emotes that I don't want to do. I think I'm doing the same emote as other people, but then it turns out that I'm not. It can't be me for so long. It hurts my soul. So as I hadn't had a smocking until I popped in here, but also a smock was an apron. That's true, yeah. Because smocks are an item of clothing. Smocking is a sewing technique. Yeah. Lockdown brought me to Twitch. Twitch helped me find wonderful people. Person who customizes dolls. I've never been interested in dolls. Twitch also brought me here. Now I own a Monster High doll, and I can see me doing a cosplay of it. Yeah, as horrible as COVID was, and it is. Yeah, there are some like small silver linings. I know a lot of people on Twitch are feeling quite disheartened right now because there was a huge boom in Twitch when the lockdown started because a lot of people were at home a lot more, whereas now these days a lot of people are going back to work in the office and stuff like that, so there are less people on Twitch than there were. But honestly, it's been nice in the makers and crafting because, like, a lot of us are not massive beans anyway. That we met each other and still been able to talk and stuff. It's been really good. It definitely can be disheartening, especially if you're trying to push to grow on Twitch and stuff like that with how it's been the last couple months, and honestly over the last year in general. But I don't know, I feel like the people you meet more than make up for it. Oh dear. Go. Without Twitch, I would have never realized how much the floor under my chair was moving, and I was confused, and I was like, oh no, another Welsh earthquake? I goddamn hope not. No, I think it's just something happening, construction maybe. Oh god. Excuse me. What I was trying to say was, I'd have never found the love of making VTubers if I hadn't started on Twitch. Because that was kind of what forced me to learn. And when I look back at the learning curve of making VTubers, I'm like, damn, I can't believe I spent the time to do this. Not that I regret it, but like I genuinely, that's a lot of time to learn a skill that has nothing to do with cosplay. And yeah, I'm really pleased that I did. And I would have done that without Twitch. Dear, I'm finally doing a stream on the 29th of December 2021? Oh my god, it's quite a while ago. Last stream of the year, probably not. I do stream, I've always streamed quite consistently. It was only this year that I wasn't able to stream as much at Christmas, and that was just because I had COVID and then bronchitis. So normally, I even in December and like around holiday periods, I still normally, I think I've streamed a minimum of 3 streams a week since I started, but most of the time it's been 4 or 5 streams a week. There have been times where it fluctuates up and down just due to health, but like, yeah, I've been pretty consistent since day one of like we just haven't stopped really. I took a bit of a break in October last year, which was the first proper break that I think I'd taken on Twitch since I started, because I had like a lot of family stuff going on, and it was just at a point where I was like, I can't be here. I have to like take some time to myself. I think we all have those times, but I've been quite lucky. Generally, I think it's because it's the same stuff I would have done off Twitch, and I've been doing this for years. With burnout and stuff like that, I think a lot of people who started around the same time as me are starting to experience quite bad burnout on Twitch, because your growth is slow, or maybe you don't enjoy the same things anymore, so you've changed your stuff up a lot until you have less people joining. There's lots of reasons that I think around this time, maybe like a couple years in, a lot of people experience burnout. But I have been quite lucky, touch wood, so far, in that, because I guess I'm a very single-minded person. I do the one thing that I enjoy, and I do it for like 10 years. And that's about that. So I've been quite lucky. I think I've experienced problems outside of that, which haven't been burnout, but as far as burnout goes, I've been quite lucky so far. Yeah, a lot of the people I know who started at the same time as me are starting to struggle a little bit. if you're here and you know someone else who's doing that, maybe go to their stream instead. Oh dear, it's been really helpful for me to have someone. Oh, bless you, Sonny. Oh, it's been lovely to have you here as well. Again, thank you. There's only about 2 to 3 people I watch on Twitch, but watching those people makes my day. Yeah, I have. So there's quite a few people that I watch, to be honest, at this point, but I do spend a lot of time listening rather than watching. Like a lot of people in here, like I watch Amazonia, I watch Shifty Bluke, I watch Greedy Bee, I watch Deimos. I know Greedy Bee and Deimos might still be live because they were live this morning when I woke up, so they were like my waking up routine. George when I can, although George often these days streams a little bit outside of my time zone, so it's a little bit difficult, but then sometimes they do. If I can watch anime, I do, but often they're live again just at a time that's a bit out of my routine. Yeah. Ah dear, first I saw was Garbador, so I can tell you were cultured. I love trayish. I was thinking of making like a, you know, because you can change the color of my VTuber. If I made one that was a bit more Garbador themed, just because of like the sludge look, I can make like a Gunge VTuber. But I think I'd have to maybe rejig my layers for it to look properly Gungy. I've considered it, but I don't know. Had to smash my sewing machine and throw it out the window, but it's okay now. We're talking about cosplay burnout. Talk about Twitch burnout, but I guess cosplay burnout and any artist burnout would be in that category as well. Yeah, I think on Twitch specifically, I'm seeing a lot of people who started it. You know, it's sad, and it does make me sad, and I feel really bad for everyone who it's happened to. And you know what? Eventually, it'll probably happen to me as well. But like, who started in the lockdowns, and so there was a lot more people on Twitch, and now has continued and found that there are less people, and so the people that they enjoy talking to don't come on Twitch anymore. And you know, a combination of that and streaming consistently for a couple of years has just led to like, yeah, burnout. I'm very lucky in that most of the people that... Was that my camera moving or me? I think it's fine. Most of the people that I watch on Twitch have continued streaming. And they might have taken like a break here and there, but they haven't stopped. So I haven't lost too many people that I enjoy watching so far. It could still happen, but it hasn't happened yet, thankfully. Do you watch me? I do sometimes. Just now and then, you know. I try to keep going with small craft projects. I think that definitely helps, Kat. Like having a
Joey,
bit of
you've been an instrumental part of my recovery process for regaining control over my life and me being ready to start the jewelry smith internship. And I can't actually express how grateful I am. Cuss words don't cut it. Sincerely, your voice of Thirst 3.
God, thank you so much, Sonny. Heck, it was too nice. My British heart can't take it. You meant to call me like, British Tuesday bottled water. Heck. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll be honest, I came onto Twitch for very selfish reasons. I just want to be cosplayed world champion. But it's the thing that's really made me stay on Twitch has been the wonderful experiences I've had talking to everybody else. Because at the end of the day, my goals have never quite aligned with, like, I guess Twitch goals. But the reason I keep coming back is because I enjoy it here so much. Thank you so much. It was very heckin' kind of you. Well, Kat said, I do think continuing with smaller craft projects is like a really good way if you are having burnout, but also burnout's different for everyone. I think some people just need to like put down the pen or the paper or the tablet and like go out and do some stuff in their life, like some stuff that inspires them that has nothing to do with art, like go and visit a castle or something. Not in like a rude way, not in like oh, these people need to touch grass, but I just mean like the inspiration might not come from inside anymore, so going out and doing something. Treating themselves to something nice, maybe a nice meal or a nice walk or something. You're back, you're having a lunch break? Heck yeah, I hope you enjoy your lunch break. Ah dear, visits castle rudely. Yeah. You went like for the Smocking alone. No, I really enjoy this. It's very relaxing. I don't know. It maybe doesn't look it because it's very monotonous, but like this is just the kind of job I enjoy. That is one thing that Twitch has really shown me. I love doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's the same with making VTuber models. It's the same with the Mateus cosplay. It will probably be the same with this, although I am going to try and do a few more techniques this time. But I just really love monotonous projects where you do the same thing for hundreds of hours. It gives me joy. That's how I stave off burnout. I find just having something that I can get good at. If I'm good at something, I feel less burnt out at it. So if I can get good at something and just do it over and over again, I'm like, hell yeah, this helps me. It's when I'm trying something and it's not working over and over again. I like keep trying and it's still not working, and I'm like having to then spend money on more materials, and then, you know, going back and doing that. That's when I start struggling. Is when I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting my time. But when I get good at something and I just do it over and over again, that fuels me. That fills me with joy. Have a lovely lurk, Shifty. Take care of yourself. Shifty's just gone to go visit a castle rudely. You feel me? Yeah. Makes 80 strawberries. So much fun. Yeah, but they're all different, aren't they? I mean, when I was looking at them on the Discord earlier, Luna, aren't they all made in different, using like slightly different designs and materials and stuff? Does that count? I guess it does count, because I guess you're still making the same thing. Ah, dear. One of my biggest artist inspirations don't even come from artists themselves. I find so much inspiration from people who work in different media and say that, like, yes, that 100%. A lot of the artists I follow and watch regularly do nothing that I do. But yeah, seeing them, I really, really enjoy. I mean, I watch a lot of traditional artists, people who create art on tablets or like painting and stuff like that. I don't do that, nor do I have too much interest in doing that. The only time I do drawings really is for VTubing. But I do like watching it. I find it very inspiring to watch that. Felting's another one. I'll be honest, I don't imagine I'm going to be doing any felting anytime soon. I did felting when I was younger, and it's just not one that I'm like, yeah, I fancy picking it up right now. But I've been watching people do like needle felting and stuff like that for years, and I really like it. Scrapbooking as well, although I do kind of want to do scrapbooking, I'm not gonna lie. But like, I don't do it, but I have been watching people do it. Especially on TikTok. TikTok's terrible for it. Terrible and good, I guess, because I get to see lots of new creators that I wouldn't meet normally. But then also it makes me want to take up like 100 hobbies that I definitely do not have the time or space for. It's like a good and a bad. Oh dear. Because I feel every strawberry is, oh, I like in nature. Heck yeah. That's true, to be fair. If you've ever been strawberry picking, I suppose. Yeah, all of the strawberries will end up looking quite different. Oh dear. Yeah, you're doing felting. There you go. I'll come over and watch you, and then I get my felting fix without having to actually do any of it myself. Oh dear. It's not that I hated felting when I did it. I just... I think it's the wet. I think it's the using water. I know with a lot of needle felting these days you don't have to use water, but like what I remember is water and getting things wet, and I didn't like the feel of it. I don't know. Difficult to explain. It sets my teeth on edge a little bit, and we had to do it for like half a year at one point. And like every time I pick up the materials, they would just set my teeth on edge, and I'd be like, yeah. And like maybe it wouldn't be that bad anymore, but like, yeah, but like I like watching other people doing it. Watching other people doing it's good. Oh dear. Different types. Needle felting, you don't need water. Okay, so I've done the one with water, and then the one with the punching needle, the one that when it hits yourself over and over again because you're holding it like this and you're just like. And then I did the one with water where you like roll it with soap and stuff, and I could probably handle the one with the needle, although once again, I feel kind of the same about needle felting and lino printing. I think the people that do lino printing and needle felting, you've got to be some kind of masochist, right? not to overgeneralize, but you've got to be some kind of masochist, right? And maybe it's just because I was very new to both of them, so I injured myself more than usual, but lino cutting especially, my god, those are sharp little knives. Heck. Oh, let me undo that. What is that? What is that? What are you doing? Stop that. Spinny thread. There you go. Oh dear. Oh, my vision got blurry. Oh, in that case, yeah, go look after yourself, definitely. If you're noticing first warning signs, go and look after yourself. Me and my brother tend to inspire each other since we work in different mediums. He's a musician and a composer. Heck yeah! Oh dear. Yeah, music can be incredibly inspiring. As a lino cutter, I agree with your assessment. Those little knives that you use for lino cutting, sharp as hell. Generally, you don't stab into your hand. You have a pad and you stab into that. So what we were doing, I was in school, and this was a project that they gave to literal like 10 to 12-year-olds, by the way, just so people know. I was pretty young. You rolled the felt in soap and water and stuff like that, and then you took the needle and you would like design into it. Yeah, once it had like dried, which is why we've done both, I guess. So you'd hold these like balls that you'd rolled in your hand, or like pebble shaped things, like yay size, and then you'd just And like we were like 10 to 12 years old. So we also did lino cutting at the same age. But you can imagine like what our hands looked like at the end of that. Also, Scott, thank you for the egg. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing good. We're talking about crafting for masochists. Yeah. So we've got felting, needle felting specifically, and lino cutting. Lino cutting. Oh, they're even making me a demon. Heck yeah. I think both of those are crafts that masochists do. Just because of how painful they get when you immediately yellow again. Piss or bust, damn it. I'll never be anything other than piss, and thank you for the generous donation of flavored piss. I do appreciate it. I did lino cutting in primary school too. Yeah, why do they let kids do lino cutting? I don't understand. Like, yes, you can teach them like cut away from yourself and stuff like that, but they're such sharp knives. Like, we weren't allowed to handle a knife in cooking class until we hit year 9, but we'd have been doing lino cutting for 2 years prior to that. It's like, not being funny, you're gonna cut yourself a lot more in lino cutting than you are in using a kitchen knife probably. And the cuts are bad, like, they really hurt. Like, what the heck? Piss or bust, that sounds wrong. It does a little bit. Now that you've said it, now that you pointed it out, I can see that, I can see that. Also, look at this. We've nearly done 2 lines. Oh dear. Yeah, it's slow, but it's good. In a minute, once we've done the second line, I will start sewing down.
First off, Dad, I'm bisexual.
First off, Dad, I'm bisexual.
Okay.
Thank you. You're gonna make this my fault? Yes, because you were the one who pointed it out, and that thee who smelt it dealt it. It's that kind of logic. Because you pointed out that it sounded iffy, you are in fact, gay. Yay, bye! Yeah, we haven't got sound alerts for all of them. If anyone has any good ideas for sound alerts for the demon one and for turning back to normal and for pastel, I still need sound alerts for those 3. The other 3 have it. The piss one, the radioactive one, and the bi one have it, but I don't have sound alerts for the other 3. Oh dear. You are in fact, gay. Oh, also, I think I said a really weird sentence there. What I was trying to say is the person who noticed it is the one with the dirty mind. But what I think I said was the person that noticed it is gay, which there were 2 conversations overlapping there. My bad. Oh dear. Oh, they quote. Oh yeah, you can add a quote, Sonic. You can add a quote because you are. Oh no. Yeah. You can do that. It's just weird that for some reason I keep speaking in chat. I might have to ban myself so that I can't talk in chat anymore. Also, Ups, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Oh wait, no. Can you not add quotes? Oh, I guess not. I thought VIPs could. They should be able to. Oh yeah, successfully added. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I'm gonna tell you that it's only for mods, but like it doesn't let it. I did add the quote. You might not be able to alter the quotes. I don't know about that. That might be mod only. Oh dear, for piss as a video, gotta go PP. I've already got piss. Piss I've already got. I need it for pastel, for normal jelly, and for demon. I've already got one for piss. Ah dear. Also, there is a timer on the quotes. There is a timer, so you won't get it. Yeah. You have to wait 5 minutes to your den before you can get a new quote. I think it's mod only. Pastel, normal, and demon jelly. Oh wait, not jelly. Demon jelly. Demon jelly is not just standard jelly. Demon jelly. Pastel, normal, and demon jelly. They're the ones that need one. Yeah, we've got one for radioactive, gay, and piss. They have one. Rated for. Oh, I thought you just meant that regular me was just a demon. I was like getting very offended. I was like, excuse me, Ioden, I am the sweetest bean angel. How could you? Come on here and be like, yeah, demon jelly, that's just regular jelly. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh dear. Maybe for normal jelly you could use audio from out of context clips. Oh god. You mean my own voice? I mean, technically I could, yes, you're not wrong. It's hard. That is one thing. I cannot edit for very long in a row because hearing my own voice constantly played back to me as I like type out what I'm saying, it's like, It's definitely a form of torture, right? Demon jelly spoopy. They are spoopy. I could do spoopy scary skeletons. Oh dear. Normal jelly. Oh dear. Oh, I could get a good oh dear. Oh dear. What's up, Juffers? Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Record an oh dear. Oi 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 oi. Oi 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 oi. Oi 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 oi. Here we go. Excuse me while I just scream at my music. My Juffers! But why is it spicy? Wait, what is the why? Oh. If you have that clip on hand, Cat, could you pop it in the Discord? I don't know what that is. Oi, 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 oi. I was at a party on the weekend and one of my friends introduced me to new people like, this is SJ, do not be fooled by the calm exterior. Underneath the surface is pure chaos. I've never felt so seen in my whole life. Oh my god. Oh yeah, if you're not in the Discord, there is our Discord. You may go in. There are roles you... Oi, 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 oi. Thank you for the oi, 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 oi. There are roles you can set for yourself in the Discord, by the way. For anyone who has DM'd me asking why they don't appear as a Twitch streamer, it is a self-set rule. You can self-set it. Just go into the roles and you can put that you are a Twitch streamer. Because we added it a bit later, I think some people think that I've gone through and I've started putting that on people. No, no, no. You can put it on yourself. You can put lots of other roles on yourself as well, if you want to. Dear. By the way, I did listen to it after stream, yeah. You know what? I feel like I could have got away with listening to it on stream because it's got a different singer and everything, so I don't know if it would count as copyright. Oh, dear. 10 out of 10. Isn't it lovely? It is lovely. It is lovely. Geb, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Dear. Oh, good here if you ignore the snow. Oh, you got snow? Really? That's kind of late in the year for snow. Heck, I hope it doesn't get too bad, unless you want it to, in which case do. Take me to sludge, I worship like a snail at the shrine of your life, or shrine of your life. I'll tell you my sins that you can slap in your neck. It's that. Oh dear. Queena, thank you for the snow. I can dance too. It's in the music channel. It is in the music channel. Norway. Oh, Norway. Yeah, fair. Reserves, we had major snow in Denmark. Ah! Oh my god, you're getting snow. Heck. Also, this is what it looks like on the other side so far. You might notice that it looks kind of different, and that's because we are like 1% of the way there. But we're getting there. I am going to flatten a few bits, though. Just because it makes it a little easier under the hand if there's not all these bits sticking out. Oh dear. Rip fellow northerner. Indeed, please, but we need to sleep. Oh, bless you. Get some good Z's. Get some good Z's. Excuse me. Apologies, I didn't mean to scream at you as you're trying to sleep. Oh dear. We're in Heckin, Copenhagen. We shouldn't be getting snow in Easter. Oh god. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Also unpredictable. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. We are doing some smocking at the moment. I do have a little sample up in the corner. We're doing a much bigger piece right now. Heck yeah. Oh dear. This reminds me of Slay. What do you want to slay? Let's slay. Yeah, it's like that. Lots of S. And thank you for the hick. I have a question that I know you've answered before, but I forgot. What program do you recommend for making VTubers? So you need to draw it first. Photoshop is ideal because Photoshop files, the names translate across. If not, any art program that you can save it as a Photoshop file is fine. You just want it saved as Photoshop because that's what Live 2D is most compatible with. And Live 2D is rigging software for 2D VTubers. It has a 40-something day free trial. Yeah. So it is Photoshop or anything that can save as Photoshop and Live 2D. 40-day pre. Well, I understand. Yeah. Ah dear. Coke smacking? Or Coke smocking? Not yet, but I could one day maybe try and smock some Coke. I do believe, Jelly, you put up a few tutorials. You do? I have. I got lots of tutorials. Ah dear. Photoshop needs the monies. It does, yeah. I recommend Photoshop because it's like the best for moving across your files, but if you have a program that can save things as a Photoshop file, you should be okay. Yeah, it's just being able to save as a Photoshop file is, it makes Live 2D a lot easier because all the names go across, and like when you have hundreds of layers to work with, you're gonna want them to be named. Otherwise, it gets very difficult. If I was asking any of you guys, oh yeah, you're all good, you're all good. Clip Studio Paint is also great for it if you have that. Yeah, I've heard Clip Studio Paint, because you can save as a Photoshop file in Clip Studio, can't you? Personally, I've always been a Photoshop bean, so I make my VTubers in Photoshop and it's worked very well, and obviously I don't have to worry about saving it. But I have heard, I think in Clip Studio Paint, that you can save it as a Photoshop file, so you should be fine. Oh dear, using a T or Cruiser mud shake, 2 different choices. Oh! Clip Studio Paint is what I use, nice! If you get a copy of Photoshop CS9, which is the last Photoshop that they went monthly, you don't have to pay, cough, download, cough. Cthulhu does bring up a very good point, yeah. Oh dear. That is also true. Wah. Scott, thank you for giving me yellow. Oh dear. Now what I tend to recommend to people is to draw a few VTubers first, and some really simple ones, kind of like a blob. Draw a blob with eyes and a mouth first, or something simple like that, and give that a go first, because rigging is definitely a process, and it's easier if you start with like the basics, and like the things you're really going to want to get good at first are things like your mouth and your eyes and stuff like that. So if you rig them on a blob, you can get the idea of like moving the angles around, or just doing like a face, and like maybe like the shoulders is a good start. Oh dear. Wow. Oh, thank you for the piss donation. I appreciate it, Sonny. Remixes we have in Oz, and Magic is very adult chocolate drink. Oh, an adult chocolate drink. Nice. Neat. That sounds pretty good. That's about the 7 minutes must be human. Yeah, you did. That's not what I recommend. But like, listen, if you want to go in the deep end like that, I'm not going to stop you. Do I recommend it? No. But like, listen. That's your creative journey, and some people really do flourish by jumping in the deep end, and so that's fine. Heck yeah. Oh my god, it's Sunkoi! Welcome on in, Sunkoi. I hope you're doing well. We are doing some smocking, so we've just started this piece today. I do have a sample of what I want it to end up looking like, which is more like this. We do some embroidery in it, we do some sequins beads, there's some painted aspects as well, although I don't think you can really see that. I've like painted the inside of where the bow is, so it gets a little darker at each edge, but it's pretty subtle, but I did do it. Oh dear. Chocolate milk and oh. I see. Oh dear, I'm a deep end kind of person, exactly. Some people that definitely suits a lot better. I can't recommend it because obviously like it's normally not the best way to get into something new, but like at the same time I'm not going to dissuade it either if that's what you want to do. Oh, they're gorgeous, thank you! Yeah, I love it. Unfortunately, so we've had to swap cameras because my camera is broken, so I'm using my older camera, which doesn't really show purple very well, but this is a really pretty, like, light purple. There's like a yellow wash on everything. Excuse me, sorry, do you mind if I take a sip of tea? Okay, that's a little bit better. Sorry, my voice is like a little bit right now. Oh dear. Oh, have a lovely look, Gab. Thank you for popping by. I appreciate it. But yeah, get some good sleeps. So yeah, this is like a really it's actually quite like a strong purple, but just because my camera washes everything with yellow, really, it kind of cancels out the brightness of the purple, unfortunately. So you'll just have to trust me that this is a really pretty purple. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad color on screen, it's just not super realistic to what it actually is. And you're right, purple doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. Oh, also, Sunkoi, our pattern making has got to here. Here it is. The second sleeve, I just love it so much more. The second sleeve has ended up being so much better. So that's now the pattern that we're using is that of the second sleeve. This is our third test. That is our fifth, technically. And the bit that we are making right now is this. So there'll be like the strips there. Technically, I will also use the smocking on this part of the jacket, but I'm not going to be doing that just yet. So it's mainly just this. It'll be strips. How are you liking the book? I haven't really had a chance to read it a lot. I looked at a lot of the pictures, but I haven't had... I need to buy a magnifying glass, I think. I haven't had any days since getting it that I've been able to read it very well. Other than one day, but then I read the other book. So we'll get there, but I've been enjoying the pictures a lot. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about doing a new smock just yet. I need to work out what smocks I want to use on the hat, though. That's where it's going to be very useful, because I have seen a couple of pictures where I'm like, I think that, but I also like this. So what I might do is when I'm feeling a little better, read those, give that a go, yeah. And see which one I enjoy doing the most. Oh dear, can you change that? No. This is not a good camera. This is a cheaper cam, and so unfortunately you can't really do much. There's no camera up to what do you call it, camera stuff. I had that on my old camera, the camera that I broke, but I don't have it on this one, which is a shame. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry to disappoint. I got some new books from VA. Oh heck yeah! Oh dear. Yeah, I've been flicking through, and there's some that I'm interested in, but I will read them before I commit to them, because maybe they're really, really hard. Although I guess I would be using it on a large part of the costume, so I guess it's not so bad. But yeah, if they're really, really, really complicated, maybe. Maybe. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is so sad. I know, I'm sorry. It is exceptionally disappointing. Oh dear. Honestly, he just had a bit of a week. You know, it seems like everyone's had a bit of a week. This last week for everyone seems to have been pretty nasty. So hopefully once April starts, we get some better luck and things go better. Because I don't think I've heard from anyone who's been like, oh yeah, this last week, fantastic, 10 out of 10, everything went well. It felt like a bad luck week. Because yeah, I had last week, my monitor and my camera both broke. I also broke my tooth. Well, technically 2 teeth, but the other one was okay. The other one, I would only get it fixed for aesthetic reasons, and I'm like, I don't need to fix it for aesthetic reasons. I need to fix it if there is a tooth missing, though. Or like half of a tooth missing. Oh, yeah. Good luck from now on. Last week has been so close to the 3rd worst week ever. Yeah, this is like what I'm hearing from everyone. It's like, for some reason, like, last week just sucked. It sucked absolute butt. Your week was good? Oh my god. We found one. Heck. Oh dear. Maybe it's just Twitch people then. Oh dear. Yeah, we had a rough week. But it's okay, because April starts soon, and I am just going to say that March was a bad month, and it will get better from there. Plus I've got lots of things that I'm looking forward to, and that I can hopefully enjoy over the next month. I think that makes it easier having like positive plans. Plus, next month is our 3-year stream anniversary. I genuinely cannot believe... I think I will probably say this every single year that I have a stream anniversary. I can't believe it's been 3 years. But yeah, in a couple weeks, I'll have been streaming for 3 years. Which is pretty intense. It's a long time. But I've been really enjoying it. I've loved it. I've loved it from start to finish. Although I think at the beginning I was very, very nervous. And you can kind of tell. Not that I have those first streams. I have them. But like, I don't have them published. I keep them private. I didn't say anything bad or do anything bad. I'm just like really, really nervous. And also just like you could tell that I've had like a bit of a skin flare up because it looks like I've been like bawling my eyes out and like there isn't very much skin on my cheeks. But yeah, so I keep that private. But I do have it, and when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, oh my god, she's so nervous. She's a baby. She's nervous. She doesn't know. My birthday's in April! Heck yeah, you're interning at a local classical music festival. Oh my god, oh, I'm so sorry. 2 seconds. Do you mind if I mute? My voice is really hurting. need to do like some vocal exercise or vocal training or something. Sorry about that. Like, my voice is so weak at the moment for some... I think I literally took, what was it, like 4 days off streaming? And my voice is now like, and now you will have no voice strength whatsoever. What vocal exercises can you do? Does anybody know any? My birthday's in April, so I'm excited for that. I'm also attending a local... Oh, honestly, that's going to be amazing. I love classical music. I'm a big fan. I have a very secretive tattoo. Very secretive classical music tattoo. It's not secretive if I'm not using a VTuber, to be fair. It's only if I'm using the VTuber. Ugh. There she blows. Oh dear. So excited. There was a panel at TwitchCon about... Wait, was there? And I missed. God damn it. Shoot. I should have gone to that. I've always had a weak voice. Oh dear. I always need help trying to keep my voice, like, present. Just resting it and not talking. No, I don't want to not talk. I have so much to say. I don't want to stop talking. There have literally been times where so I'll be honest. Okay, Amazonia, I'm a very shy bean, but I've seen people doing like crafting sessions online in the crafting Discord at like very late at night, and I'm like, I would love to join, except I don't think I have any voice left. I might join and be like, hello everybody, it's lovely to meet you, and I'm not really sure that's what I want like my first impression to be. I'm like, oh, hi everyone!
Except that I'm just gonna talk like this the whole evening. It's lovely to meet you. My name's Jelly and I'm a Twitch streamer.
But there have been so many times I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing crafts, I could join them. And then I'm like, I say some stuff and I'm like, no, I can't join them. I sound like an actual gremlin. Oh dear. Deary me. One day we'll get to the... Like, I would just generally like my throat to... Not my throat, my voice to be like a little bit stronger in general. I do think Twitch has helped a hell of a lot with that. Because my voice before Twitch, and you can even tell in like the earlier streams, was so much weaker. Like, dramatically weaker. What's happening here, by the way? Mm-hmm. You okay? There you go. There you go. Ah, dear. It's warm up. It's practicing vowels. Meow. Meow 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 meow. I mean, that feels pretty easy to say. They're not milk. Milk and dairy are not good for the voice. I have ginger and lemon, and like I can put honey in that. And people say that that's meant to help your voice. I find it always helps my stomach a lot. Like if I feel a bit sicky, that always helps my stomach. I don't know how well it does for my voice, but I also am not gonna knock it because it makes my stomach feel better. Not that my stomach feels bad from streaming, but you know, if I'm having a sicky day, it's pretty good. Pop in, yeah, I just be Gollum. Yeah, I don't want to be Gollum. Like, that's a hell of a first impression to come into like a group chat full of very talented people being like, hello everybody, it's nice to meet you. Because my throat won't play games, play ball. Gremlin voice. It is. By the end of the day, it's awful. What Discord is this out of interest? It's a private Discord, but I'm not in a position, I think, to share it. There are other people who will reach out to you and invite you, I would say. Sorry. I don't know, man. I don't know what my rules are, and I don't want to overstep my boundaries as a participant of the Discord. Crafty Gremlin is a whole mood. It is. It's me every single evening, because I do a lot of work in the evenings. But like, again, and so I was like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to craft along with people. It's part of the reason I often don't join voice calls in the evenings. Like, Shifty sometimes will have it where people will join voice and they'll do drawings, and I won't join voice because my voice sounds like this, and I'm like, I don't want to join into Shifty's stream sounding like this. Ah, dear. A lemon honey tea. Yeah, I have like, it's lemon and ginger, and then I have just ginger and turmeric, because my mum liked that one and she gave me one, and I was like, oh, actually, that's pretty delicious, thank you for opening my eyes to another one. So now I have both. I have the lemon and ginger and just the ginger, but the lemon and ginger with honey is what I used to use for my voice. I do think it works to an extent. The problem that I have with my voice is it doesn't often hurt, it just goes. And like, you can kind of hear, like, you have to strain just to get it to like this volume. My voice just disappears because I have a very, very weak voice. And I'm not exactly sure what you're meant to do to strengthen your voice. Maybe you are just meant to rest it, but like, I feel like other than practice, there must be something you can do to like, or some sort of training you can do to strengthen that up. Oh dear. I started something to my Discord. Oh heck yeah! Very nice. I've always thought about it, but once again, like, I'm normally at my best during stream, and I kind of feel bad hosting anything in the evenings if I am not gonna be super well, because that's also when I tend to get quite sicky, which is like I don't wanna be having to like keep canceling things because I'm sicky. Oh dear. And that's one thing I cannot ignore. Cannot ignore feeling sicky. If I feel sicky, that's it. That's my whole focus now. Although that is when I watch a lot of other people's streams, because it helps distract a little bit. And I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed that. Oh dear. That's why I think a lot of the people I follow, like, I can't raid into them, because they stream like in the evenings, which is when I'm watching a lot. So whenever we go a little bit longer, I'm like, oh my god! Look at all these people that I watch, but I can never share with you guys because I watch them, like, you know, in the evenings, and I don't stream that long normally. It's always a nice surprise when you go like a bit extra long and you can raid into people that you watch a bit more. Oh dear, because there's a lot of very talented crafters that stream around the same time with me, but because we stream around the same time, I don't raid into them, and I don't necessarily meet them as often because we're at the same time. Sometimes I'd want for someone who does cross-stitch on our weekend streams and be kind of able to craft along. It's generally a very nice time. Heck yeah. I'll be honest, if I'm in your stream, there's like a 99% chance that I'm crafting along, regardless of what you're doing. You could be playing Mario Kart, and I'm probably crafting along. I just like having something to do with my hands. So every stream is a craft along. It's still new, but I hope to make it fun. Heck yeah. It's been cool to see everybody trying new things this year. Oh dear. That's been my goal, is to try and do some new stuff. Again, there's like, obviously I have a few limitations on things I could do, but like the Among Us streams, doing the Crafty Coffee mornings. The Crafty Coffee mornings are so much fun as well. We'll be doing the VTuber stream on Mondays from now on, and I'll be actually releasing a YouTube video for the first time in like 2 years that I've actually put together, practicing my editing. Although to be fair, like most of the parts of the video I've already published on a second account, so like they're already on the internet, kind of, but on a secret account that I think most people don't know about. A few of you do. I know a couple of you followed them, but they are mainly secret. Mainly secret. It's really funny because like all the comments I've had on those videos or like the clips have been like, piss? Why did she keep talking about piss? What's going on with the piss stuff? Why is there so much piss? But then I posted one yesterday that was a little bit more wholesome and everyone was like, yes! I was like, have I been talking about piss too much? Maybe. It's like the first time I've had any nice comments since I started. Not that the comments were nasty, they were just confused. They were just confused for the most part. Like no one's been like mean. I've also received so many dislikes. And I thought, I kind of was of the opinion, because again, I don't really do a lot of YouTube, that you have to be like kind of like a bit bigger or have like a video that gets a bit more traction to start getting dislikes. I've changed my mind. You don't. Just talk about piss a lot. People don't like that. I think it's very funny. Oh dear. I remember like looking through and being like, oh, I got a few likes on these. People like these. And then I'm like, wait, why does everyone dislike this one? It's the piss stuff again, isn't it? We're a very specific demographic, you know. The ones who don't mind the occasional tangent on piss. Plebs don't understand exactly. You're currently making a quilt? Heck yeah, that's a commitment, but I am impressed. Heck yeah. Makes sense, I'm sure you do a very good quilt. Especially because you get like quilting festivals and stuff like that. Ah dear. Don't remember I'm cross-stitching. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I craft along to basically every stream that I'm in. But it's just, I like being busy. I like having stuff to do with my hands. But yeah, I have a little secret each. It's not really secret, I just don't advertise it because I'm trying, like that was my goal. Like, you know, Cthulhu has their goal to do their Sunday streams. I have their stitching streams on Discord. My goal was to edit, learn how to edit this year. And I am enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. The worst part is having to listen to your own voice quite so much, because obviously it's like pretty consistent. Like you obviously have, if you're editing your own stuff, you have to listen to your own voice. But I'm quite enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than I thought. I'm using the free version of DaVinci Resolve, which I thought was going to be really, really hard, but there's actually lots of really good tutorials online. So even though it's a bit of a learning curve, it's not been as bad as I thought because I can just watch tutorials. And yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's been good. Every now and again I do post one of the videos on Twitter, but for the most part I've just been secretly editing this month. Oh dear. Honestly, it's been good. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. And we made a tutorial this month. I don't know that I necessarily had that as a goal for this year, but I'm glad that I gave it a go. I might try and do another one next month. Just do like, because if I can do just one tutorial a month, even if it's just a really short one, it keeps me in the habit, because they do take a lot more editing than the clips do. Because the clips are mainly just subtitling and zooming and like, you know, moving the camera around and stuff. It's not so bad. Whereas the instructional ones is a lot more, you know, filming my voice or like getting a clip of my voice, playing it over the top at the right time and editing all that down is like a lot more. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. So that one there. I haven't done that on the other side, have I? No. Okay. So that's a start then. I think I can happily keep that as a start and keep going. So it's just like starting to flatten them. And it will make the shapes a little bit more obvious. So you can kind of see on this side that there's like one that's behind, one that's in front. And that's basically just dependent on where you fold it in and where you put them, because it puffs up some of them. And that helps you eventually get to this where you have some really nice puffed up squares and then the bits that are like a little bit more behind. Yeah, it gets there, it gets there. It just takes a while. Okay, we have done two lines. This is the rest of it that needs to be done. Oh dear, we're gonna have to time this one and see how long this takes. I have a feeling, well, to be fair, we would never have got it finished today because it needs to be painted halfway through, and obviously, like, I'm not just gonna sit here and watch paint dry. But yeah, it looks cool. So basically, smocking is just like knotting and manipulating fabric to create cute patterns and stuff, right? So it's not difficult. I am just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm like sewing the corners of a square, pulling it tight, and then doing a couple of stitches to hold it in place. And then I move along and do the next one. But it's why the grid is so important, because the grid makes sure that your squares are neat and everything's organized and symmetrical and all that kind of stuff, so that it doesn't look messy when it's finished. Yeah, just going around a square, clipping the corners slightly with a teeny tiny stitch, going back to the first stitch and then pulling it nice and tight. And then I just make it sure that all of the pieces that I want to be on this side are on this side, so like folding those out. And then it makes like a little flower, which I'll then flatten. And this is when you put the stitches in just to like cement it in place. And you just nick a teeny tiny little bit of it on that side, and then a teeny tiny bit of it on the other side. And then I think did I do a tutorial for this one? I don't know if I did a tutorial for it, but I did do a video on my TikTok a while ago where I showed the smocking from start to finish and like how I did it. But I don't remember if it was this one or the other one. I think it was this one. A little firming stitch. And that kind of like looked at it in a bit more detail. I wouldn't necessarily count that as a tutorial though. It was just kind of like a fun little video showing the smocking from start to finish. Yeah, because I didn't show like all the steps. I did just like some jump cuts and stuff like that. I guess it showed the stages of the smocking rather than maybe the tutorial on how to do it. I could do a little TikTok tutorial on how to do this smocking, to be honest. I'm going to be doing enough of it. Maybe that can be my tutorial for next month. I mean, there are tutorials already out there on how to do this. I wouldn't be adding anything particularly new to it, but maybe it'd reach a different audience. Oh dear. Yeah, and then you have, because you can kind of see the stitches where I've just like grazed it there, another bit where I've just grazed it in there, and then in there, And so that will eventually be pushed flat, and the sort of like the lump that we made there on this side will end up being one of the bows. So if we put these next to each other, these are those bits just like tightened, and same there, and this is, once you tighten the bow, it makes the square like more visible, so it looks like more of a square. Yeah, there's a logic there. It's just time consuming. But the fabric is really pretty, and I really like how it ends up looking, so it's worth it. Let's just do the edge really quickly while I remember, because otherwise I'll have to come back and do the edge. There we go. Wow. And yeah, individually each bit doesn't take too long, to be fair, either. It's just the size of the thing. Because that one, how many rows would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rows on the other one. So if this was the first one I was doing, we'd be nearly halfway there. I will say it's taking me a little bit longer while live, but that's probably because, you know, I'm chatting and talking and stuff like that. There's the multitasking aspect that makes it take longer. There you go, and just put that through there. My needle feels a bit weird. I'm not sure if I've sewn through something it didn't like. Feels a little funky, not gonna lie. Might change needle after this, just so I can work out what's going on with it. Very much doing Zoe seeing the whole Zoe project closing up as I get close to stitching those colours. Heck yeah! I bet that's super satisfying. I've only ever done small cross stitch myself, so like my experience of it is, it's the same, but it's like on a much smaller scale, I suppose. But I did enjoy it. There we go. I will probably take a, I don't know. I don't know whether to take a break or end the stream. I kind of want to keep working on this, to be honest, but I'm a little nervous that my voice is not going to hold up. It is warbling more than I would like it to be. God damn, me and my goddamn weak voice. Baby voice. Voice of a baby. Ah, oh, dear. Ugh. Oh, wow, wow. Wow. Yeah, maybe look up some proper vocal training stuff. I'll become an opera singer behind the scenes, and then at that point my voice will be much stronger. You guys won't hear the opera bit, but you'll just hear that my voice is much stronger. The cross stitch is 31 cut. Oh my god. Oh my god. As I say, look after your voice and end stream. Yeah. My Twitch chat is always very, yourself included, of course, very responsible. And like, end the stream. Look after your voice. Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm like, well, my voice be damned. I have work that I want to do. And stuff to do that I want to show you guys. I want you to see this. And they're like, no, end your stream. And I'm like, no. What? Join me while I smock for 10 hours. Yeah, Twitch chat is a lot more responsible than I am with that sort of stuff. Oh dear. Then again, I'd probably give the same voice to any other streamer that I watch. If they're like, oh yeah, my voice is struggling a little bit. I'd be like, yeah, like just end stream or watch you tomorrow kind of thing. But then when it comes to it being yourself, you're like, but I want to do this. I want to show everybody this. I know it's slow, but I want to do smocking with everybody. Go. Honestly, I don't know how we managed to do a 7.5 hour stream on Sunday. I don't know what kind of magic happened there. Because, like, first of all, I will say, I didn't get a migraine from that stream either. Which is pretty unusual. Normally, if I do drawing and live 2D for a while, I think it's because we took lots of breaks. So we took a break basically every 2 hours, pretty much. Oh, that's not a good knot. Can I fix it? Yes, I can. We took a break like every 2 hours where I'd like walk away from the screen for a bit. And I think that really helped. I don't really need to do that with crafting streams because you can tell when I'm looking up and looking at you, but like I do spend probably more than half the time not looking at the screen. I'm just looking at like, the crafting that I'm doing, and then I look up to talk with you guys and then look back down again to go back to my crafts. So I don't really have too much issue with crafting streams, but when I do drawing or live 2D and stuff like that, excuse me, normally I don't get out of that without a migraine, or at least like the start of a migraine if I can stop it early enough. Normally something like that happens, but on Sunday it didn't. And even when I woke up on Monday morning, like Shiny was like, do you have a migraine then? And I was like, no actually. Like I had some residual pain, but it wasn't like too bad. And like it definitely wasn't like a full-blown migraine or anything like that. And it was like, oh, okay. Oh my god. Voice, please. I just want to do smocking and chat with people. Oh dear. Leave me be. Yeah, well, I guess if I do end stream early, I can just work on the commission stuff, so it's not... Because I can save this for tomorrow so that we can keep working on it together. Because I think I would prefer to work on this with everyone else, especially for like at least one of them, so that people can watch it from start to finish. Because I like giving people the idea of how long these sort of things take, because a lot of people look at my content and they're like, I want to incorporate that in my cosplay, I want to do that in my cosplay, and I encourage that. Like, listen, if there's something that I'm doing that you're interested in adding to your cosplay, please do. Like, and also let me know, because I would also like to see it. But you know, it does mean that they take a while, and sometimes I think people look at a finished product and they're like, oh yeah, I can whack that out in a couple hours, and it's like, I don't want to discourage anyone, but it does take a little bit longer. But it's not difficult. Like, you know, you can multitask. You could probably watch television if you like that while doing this sort of thing, and like that, you wouldn't have to worry too much, because as long as you're looking down every now and then, you definitely listen to like podcasts and stuff if that's your cup of tea. Yeah, you could definitely multitask with this kind of thing, but it does take a while. Look after yourself. Where? I don't want to craft with everybody. I want to keep smoking. No, you know what? I probably will though, just because I can just feel it, and it's like it's on its way out, and I don't want to fully lose my voice, because then I have to take a couple days off. Okay, we will do the sensible. We will do the sensible. We will do a bit of a raid though, so do stick around. I'll be raiding into a very sweet bean in just a moment. Thank you so much everybody for joining me today. I'm sorry that it was a shorter stream. Hopefully tomorrow, if I give it a bit of a rest for the rest of the day, we can come back. I'll also work on getting, I guess, terms and conditions and the Google documents set up. I won't release them until the 14th. But at least I'll have them ready, so if anyone has questions about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, I can like send them straight to you, just without, you know, actually taking any requests just yet. Okay. Oh wait, this is cute. Sorry, so I've just noticed what someone is doing, and it's very heckin' cute. I think is Orphe? Are they cross-stitching their subscribers? Because that's really cute. That's really cute. Sorry, I will, Sunkoi. I'm gonna send you over here though, because this is like, I think really cute. Oh my god, thank you for making me pastel right at the end. Grab a raid call if you fancy. It's a really good way of sending some love to another channel. I think what they're doing is really cute. So I think you'll like it there. Yeah, they're like cross-stitching like little avatars of their subscribers, and that's so cute. Orphe is cross-stitching stuff. Yeah, that's like such a cute thing to do. Okay, you guys are gonna love it over there. I'm gonna send you all over there. I should be back tomorrow with more of this. I'll probably finish the row just so that it's like left off in a good place, but I will stop until tomorrow so that you can come back and watch the rest of it. I guess a time period, I've done 3 rows out of 30. I'm 10% of the way there. But we did also draw the grid today, and we did also go over some stuff that's happening. So we did other things as well. It wasn't just this. So yeah, you know, we're getting there. No, thank you everybody for joining. Again, I'm sorry that it was a short one, but we'll be back tomorrow with hopefully a longer stream. Grab a raid call if you fancy, and I'm going to send you all over now. Take care, everyone.